Welcome, everybody, to Creativity Talkin', episode 131, with our guest, Robbie. What's happening Saturday night with the badge? Jason, what's happening, brother?
What's going on, man?
And we'd like to introduce our first streaming guest, Robbie G, formerly of Primal Scream NYC.
Yes, Von Helsing, among others.
Oh.
Yeah, lots of them. I got lots of stories. I'm ready to go here, baby. I'm
all right. Well, let's start at the beginning.
No coffee in this cup. Start at the beginning. Well, I gotta tell you. I've been doing this for now it's 45 years. Okay, or maybe 40 years. 40 years. I have had half a bottle of this stuff. So it starts off in Brooklyn, in the whole Brooklyn metal scene. I started playing in junior high school. And I won't bore you with that crap. When I was about 15, I was in a band with this girl, Julie, and she had a friend. We had this friend in high school named Kenny Creedy. He ended up being the manager for Typo Negative and Carnivore. Carnivore first.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I've heard of Creedy.
Yeah, Kenny he still is a good friend of mine. I don't talk to him, haven't talked to him in years. We had a falling out, then we had a falling in. Then we were like, what are we fighting for, And, we were good friends back in the day. I'm talking, we were children. We were like 15, 16 years old. But, there was this band called Black Virgin. And I don't know if you can look them up. They actually do have a pretty good social media presence that's been put together by the guy who came in after me playing bass. His name's Joe Cerna. Yeah. And they were big in the underground in Manhattan, like the CBGB's scene, the Max's, Kansas City, right. All that kind of stuff. So I joined up with them when I think I was 15, maybe 16, or maybe I was 15 and I was 16. But and in that band we opened up for Carnivore, and we did a bunch of. I think we played on a big show in New Jersey, and Metallica was playing on that. Of course, there was nobody there to watch us, obviously, because we were nobody. And
so you're talking Metal Blade era.
Yeah, we're talking.
Megaforce, okay. Megaforce, right?
Right. Okay, let's do that first, because nobody really cares about me. I'm a bass player. Nobody cares what I have to say. I don't have a favorite color. I don't have a favorite food. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a pet. I don't have an opinion anyone gives a shit about.
Okay, so CBGB smelled like piss. Check.
CBGBs. Okay, CBGBs. Here's my opinions on, not my opinions, because. My opinions on it.
Your observations?
My observations, right. My observations. Yeah. CBGB's was this, it was very narrow, but it was kind of long, because that's how most places in New York City are. Yeah. They're cramped. The buildings, each address is maybe 30 feet, 40 feet wide, but they might go for 60, 70 feet back, from front to back. So CBGB's, when you walked in, there was a bar on one side, and then there was some booths on the other. It was really dark. It was filthy. And it's just they kept plastering the posters for the bands on the walls. And, they would put there must have been posters in the place this thick on the wall, just people plastering shit up on it.
And they just went over top, right? They never took the old shit down, right?
Yeah, it's... They never did. That's the thing. I mean, if you could have gone in there right before they closed with a razor knife or a spray bottle and a heat gun, you could have melted off layer upon layer if you got it wet, like you were undoing a postage stamp or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's probably Jay texting me back. But anyway, so CBGB's, the thing about it was the bathroom was downstairs, okay. And it was filthy. And I always used to say to everybody, you want to prove to me you're brave? Go take a shit in the toilet at CBG. And the toilet, there was no stall, but it was up on this brick thing. Yeah. And the toilet was just sitting right in the middle. No partition, no nothing. So you just walk in there. But it was you were sitting on a throne, but it was filthy. It was disgusting. And Pete from Carnivore at the time, because he wasn't in Typo Negative yet.
Pete Steele.
Yeah, Peter Steele. He walked down in the middle of a show we were doing. It was they had these Sunday hardcore matinee shows, which were just, they're legendary. And he walked off stage in the middle of their set, Carnivore set, And he walked downstairs into the bathroom, dropped trow, sat down, took the squat, took the shit, fucking wiped his ass, walked back upstairs, got back on stage, started playing. And I was just like, you know, it was just like,
there it is.
well, I got to tell you, this is like, I don't know, that was 1987 probably. So I'm trying to remember stuff that was 40 years ago. Mm-hmm. And that was a lot of drugs and alcohol and, you know, all kinds of other brain cell destruction.
I have no idea with what you speak of.
Well, I see the picture on the screen that you're putting up. Yeah, I just was. If I keep looking this way, it's because my monitor is here and my camera's like right in front of me. So that's just cool. The way my desk is set up. But CBGB's, there was one guy there. He did the door, and I don't know if he's pulling my leg or he's bullshitting me, but because every doorman had some story like, yeah, I was in special forces back in the, you know,
NATO.
Right, but there was this one broad who worked there, and Hilly, the day we played, Hilly was there, and the thing is, most of the people that I met, and in these stories, I had no idea who I was talking to until like after the fact.
Right.
Like, you know, so because I was just some kid, but Hilly was there, and there was this one woman. She was nice lady, but she was like that most haggard out, like old bar rag that you could imagine. You know? I mean, her skin looked like it was made out of like Naga hide, and the doorman's just like the hardcore kids. He told me, he says, "Look, if you fuck with me, you know, I'm gonna make you go home with her because I have to go home with her, and it's like you're gonna have to go home with her, you know." Right. And the hardcore kids then like, "Screw this, we're gonna beat the shit out of you know all the troublemakers." So, you know, CB's was. It was quite an experience just to play there because it was hard to load into. You know, we had to like pull the van up in front of the place, and we had a great road crew. You know, they could carry like 5 Marshall bottoms in at once. You know, everybody would grab a handle and just run. Yeah. And you know, and then I'd have to go park the van and stuff. But the CB matinees, I think we played there. It was us, Carnivore. Maybe we did a couple of shows there with the there was a band, Harley, what's his name? The Cro-Mags. Remember the Cro-Mags?
Yeah.
Harley, what was his last? Harley Flanagan. And we got on a lot of bills with the Cro-Mags. Like we played Lamore's with them one time, and I fixed Harley's bass. He had this Guild Pilot bass, and his output jack just kept shorting out. Yeah, and I was like, can I take a look at that? You know, and I opened it up because I was carried a tools kit and a soldering iron I had this old Army foot locker that I kept my heads in. I had a PV head and a Galen Kruger, and I made partitions for him, and I had my tools. I fixed his bass. He was like, "Oh, that works great." No, you know, he's like, "Thanks a lot, man." And they had for their backstage writer, they got like fruit juice and vodka. Primal Scream got like a case of Bud Light, and that was it, you know. So he's like, "Yeah, why don't you have a drink, man? Have a drink." So that, you know, that was, I think it was us, Cro-Mags, and Manowar that show at Lamore's.
I was at the Manowar show at the Thirsty Whale in River Grove when they got the Guinness Book of World Records for the loudest show.
No shit.
Really?
Yeah. And it was fucking loud.
Well, Manowar, the first time I wasn't playing with them that night, the first time I saw them at Lamore's, they had a bunch of like these Hesco generator things out on the street because they needed that much power to run their shit. And they were loud. The loudest band I ever saw at Lamore's was Saxon.
Saxon. They just put out a new album.
Yeah, really? They did. Yeah. Biff is back. He's an old man. The guy still looks good. He's still gay as hell, I think. But you know,
who cares, man? As long as
well, that's the thing. You know, back then, like when Rob Halford came out, you know, he's like, well, it's kind of hinted at it with my costumes. We're like, dude, you think we didn't know? You know, and it's like you.
That's what I'll tell my buddies. I'm like, they came out of like a German gay club. I mean. They're like, "Oh, dude, no." I'm like, what difference does it make if you think he's gay or not? Dude, the guy can rip it.
Well, you know, it's like...
He's killer. He's a little god, man.
Well, Udo Dirk Schneider, and I don't know if you remember Accept.
Oh, I love Accept, yeah.
Udo.
They had that song like London Leather Boys, you know, and that's what it was about. So here was a bunch of like, you know, we go to shows, and you would see like Rollins band, you know,
yeah, Henry.
yeah, and here would be in the audience of like Lamore's, you know, and this is around say 85, you know, and on when you know the whole moshing thing. They used to call it slam dancing, and then all of a sudden Anthrax came out with the mosh thing.
Yeah, caught in the mosh. Yeah.
Right, and everybody would get in the circle, and they'd like start circling, and next thing you know, people would be running into each other, like smashing into each other, like a bunch of fucked up electrons in this mad atom of chaos and cacophony, you know. And so here's a bunch of like half naked men and boys running around in a circle, banging into each other. And I was just sitting there one time, and I was like, this is the most homoerotic thing I've ever seen, you know. So and I can just I remember this one time, and I think it might have been SOD was playing.
Oh, Billy Milano, right on.
Billy,
yeah, those
Billy,
guys are out of Chicago.
No, they were actually
New York.
Out of New York, yeah.
But the one guy out of Chicago, they were
Well, SOD was Scott Ian from Anthrax.
Right.
It was Danny Lilko formerly of Anthrax, then of Nuclear Assault.
American Zoetrope guy was from Chicago, and they kind of did a bunch of shit out here.
Well, SOD, what in the original, I'm talking like when I'm talking this stuff, I'm not
You're
talking.
accused of the following charges. You're a woman trapped inside of a man.
Believe me, you know, I was just having this discussion with one of my friends.
Ruptured.
You know, the whole women trapped inside of a man. Do you know the singer from Blue Murder's a chick now? I mean, if you knew how many guys that I knew back then who were like, you know, these biker guys with beards and tattoos and shit, and now they're chicks. It's, you know, it would blow your mind.
If you really, you know, dissect it, it totally makes sense.
Well, yeah, I understand where you're coming from with that, and not to go into the whole transgender shit, because I'm so sick of hearing about it.
Just, all I want is for someone to tell me their name, and I will call them by their name, and that's just be a good person. I don't care, man. You know,
out of respect, and also the fact that, you know, I don't want to get canceled, so I really don't. I mean, I got nothing to worry about. You know, I don't really have a job anymore, but you know, just it's out of respect. I don't want to get canceled. But anyway, SOD, the original SOD was Billy Milano, and he went on to start MOD.
Yeah,
it was Danny Lilko from Nuclear Assault.
Yeah,
it was Scott from Anthrax.
Yeah,
and it was Charlie from Anthrax. And
anyways, of MOD
was Billy Milano. And
the dude from American Zoetrope.
Billy Milano was an American Zoetrope? I don't know. Like
a lot of drugs, but all I know is one of my friends was dating the band member, and they were in Chicago a lot. Well, and she wound up marrying him.
Hey, you should have her on. I'd love to hear that story. Yeah.
Her name was Spike.
Spike.
Yeah, her name's Lisa, but everyone called her Spike.
Oh yeah, I don't remember Spike chick. I remember a chick named Pink. If she's watching, that girl probably OD'd about 10 years ago. So who knows? But anyway, so MOD was playing, and it was like, here's this mosh pit circling, right? And I went over to the bar, and I got 3 drinks, and it was me, Keith Alexander from Primal and the original Carnivore guitar player, and my friend Artie Barr. So I hand him the drinks, and I think we got like. We had vodka gimlets. We called them gasoline because the bartender. It used to be we used to
drink gimlets.
Well, it was because it was all vodka. It was like one of those little plastic cups this big, but it was all vodka with a little bit of Rose's lime juice in it and a couple ice cubes. So we're standing there, right? You know, you have to get as drunk as you possibly can, and as cost effectively as possibly can.
Right.
And
that's what it was.
Well, one of these assholes in the pit runs over, knocks into Keith and me, and like Keith's drink spilled, and I'm holding mine, like half of mine's over the front of my jacket, and Artie's just like, what the fuck? Keith puts his arms around me and Artie Barr, and he runs into the middle of the circle, and he like was using us as like battering rams. And Keith out, because Keith was a big guy. Keith was probably like 6'4", and I'm a big guy. I'm 6'1". So Keith was always towering on me. And we just took out the entire fucking pit. So the more
Wait, what was Keith's last name?
Keith Alexander.
All right.
Keith Alexander. Okay, let's get into who Keith Alexander was. This story is so long and convoluted, but I'm so glad I'm here.
Real quick, I want to tell you my mosh pit story.
Okay, mosh pit.
Okay, so I'm engaged at the time, of course, like everyone was, and of course, I'm having my GED fucking graduation party that day. She breaks up with me. I bail from my party. The band that I'm managing, Violent Insanity, is playing like a half punk, half thrash show. That's kind of like when they first started mixing genres.
Yeah, well,
because of MOD and SOD and
Primal Scream.
Yeah.
Death. Yeah, I know about it.
Right. So it was right around that time. So I introduced the band. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, the poster child for abortions for 19 blah, blah, blah. And I jump off the stage and right into the mosh pit. Okay, so we're moshing and everything, and this fucking skinhead, and I was well known in the metal circle, so this fucking skinhead that we had no idea who the fuck he was, it's like fucking towering over me, stiff arms my neck, wham, knocks me right on my ass, blew out my knee. I destroyed my knee right when I fell. But the next time around, going around, I got right back up because I'm wasted and I'm not going to be on the floor. My band is on stage. And everyone saw what happened. So now, before everyone gets to this guy, I want him first, So I just jumped up and I just put his nose all the way across his face. And then there was a fucking brawl like you wouldn't believe. And that place that we used to play, that venue, got busted because the police department were running fucking automatic weapons out of it.
This is the police department were running automatic weapons out of
Club Futura.
And this is in
fucking Naperville, Illinois.
Okay, so it's right near Chicago.
Yeah.
I was just there like in October. I had a job. I had to take noise measurements on some grain silos, believe it or not. But
well, nice. Well, dude, next time you're out here, fucking.
I definitely will, man. Definitely will. I would love to do some video with you too for my channel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to one of the clubs out in Chicago. Back in the day, the furthest we ever got was like, I think we definitely got to Chicago. We got like maybe one place. Like, is Wisconsin past Chicago?
It is. Yeah, it's like
right
northwest.
Yeah, we got there.
And Wisconsin's a huge music state. Like, they love live music, so you're definitely going to play there.
It is. Well, that's the furthest we ever went west was like Wisconsin. We went to oh God, it's the big town there where they make. Well, we went to Milwaukee, but we also went to
Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay.
Yeah, we didn't go to Green Bay, but Minneapolis.
Yeah.
That's like in Minnesota.
That's in Minnesota. Yeah, so you went pretty far because after Minnesota, there's fucking nothing until you get to fucking Seattle. So
Yeah, pretty. Well, my kid just moved, my kid just moved to Tacoma. He told me all about the trip driving out there. So he's like, nice. Yeah, you get to Montana and there isn't shit, dude. And I was like, no, man, you should know. But
beautiful though. It's beautiful out there.
Yeah, it's real expensive. But let's not get into how the entire West Coast is one big dumpster fire. So, but anyway, so yeah, Keith. Now I'll explain to you about Primal Scream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Keith Alexander was the guitar player from a band called Carnivore.
Yeah.
Okay, Carnivore was the band Peter Steele started after his band Fallout, which was a band he was in with Jason. Okay, the keyboardist who was later in Typo Negative. Jason, Jewish guy. What the fuck? I'm going totally blank on everything right now. I'm a little.
It's an age group. We do this shit all fucking day.
You make me choke to death on my own phlegm here.
Hey, at our age, man, you get a best,
Yeah.
The guy with the thing from the thing.
Keyboardist from Typo Negative.
I can picture him. Yeah.
Hold on a second. No, hold on. Now I got to go on my phone. Okay. Oh, here we are. Okay.
Yeah, Biff doesn't know.
Who is the keyboard player from Typo Negative?
Biff doesn't know how to use Google either.
Josh Silver. Sorry, not Jason.
Yeah.
Josh, right, Josh. Anyway, so he was in this band called Fallout with Josh Silver. And Peter, they broke up. Josh went to do something else. Peter started this band called Carnivore, and they had a lot of different guitar players in them. But I guess Pete was looking for somebody who fit their image. Because Peter, if you know, Pete was like 6'8".
It was huge,
okay?
Huge, yeah.
And like I said, I'm a big guy, and Pete towered over me, you know. Yeah. And so I think Bob Heinrich from Von Helsing, you know, who was the band from Brooklyn. They originally were a band called Disciple, and they do have albums out. Disciple,
yeah.
You can look them up.
No, I know who they are.
And they put an album out later with Donnie Birkbeck and Charlie Ferendi and God, it's so hard for me to remember who Dave Gonzalez, Bobby's brother, was in it. Because Bob's name was Bob Gonzalez, Robert Heinrich Gonzalez, but he called himself Robert Heinrich. So he was in Carnivore. Then they got Keith, and that's when they adopted the look of like the shoulder pads, the post-apocalyptic
Road Warrior type stuff.
Yeah, Nuclear Warriors, you know. Mm-hmm. And Keith was in the band, and they were gods. When they came out, it was like nothing you ever seen, because Louis Beto, if you can do anything in your life for yourself, get the first two Carnivore albums. The first album, Carnivore, has Keith Alexander as guitar player. The second album, by the time their second album came out, he was replaced by this guy Mark, and it was just like, it was chaos and mayhem when these guys came out, because nobody had ever heard anything like it.
Right.
Yeah.
And nobody'd seen anything like. They had shoulder pads with freaking spikes made out of screws sticking out of them, and you know, they were wearing furs and stuff. They were awesome, and it was like, these guys were my friggin' heroes. Now, this is right about the same time I started playing with this chick, Julie, that Kenny Creedy, the manager, you know, from Typo. Him and Julie started managing Carnivore, and then Julie's band fell apart, you know, and I still actually text Julie on every frigging holiday.
Yeah, right on.
I mean, I love the girl, Julie Sarago. She probably doesn't want to be found these days, but I don't think she has any social media. But anyway, so Julie and Kenny were managing Carnivore. I thought Julie and Kenny would have got married. But anyway, they managed in Carnivore. This band called Black Virgin needed a bass player, so I ended up playing in Black Virgin. And you can look them up, because they were veterans of the New York City, you know, post-punk, pre-metal, you know, scene. And so anyway, Keith was in Carnivore, and they put out their first demo, which was like in the underground back in the days. I don't know if you guys remember about tape trading.
Oh yeah, totally.
That was so big, because you could go into a studio, record a demo, and just walk out with a cassette copy,
mm-hmm.
and then you would make a copy of it and give it to someone.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would make a copy of it and give it, and so on, so on. So people
would go nationwide, right? I mean, like,
right.
you know, yeah.
Right. Everybody was listening to like freaking 25th generation. And Jason, you're a audio engineer.
Yeah.
You know about the DJ. It's not like now where you make a perfect copy every time.
No,
it was like
right.
So people
yeah.
And that added to the whole mythology of whatever that was that you were listening across those speakers.
I mean, hey, look at the VHS bootlegs we used to buy, man. Just like, you know, shot on a shitty quarter. It was like, but you loved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jason still does that for goat porn.
Don't get into bizarre forms of porn with me, because I can go on for hours. And I mean, that's like my life's work right now, is like researching the most bizarre pornography I can fucking find. Because let me tell you, this COVID thing hasn't been very good to me, because before COVID, I had nothing to do, since, you know, my sister put my parents in a nursing home in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And so they're not here anymore. Yeah, and like my kid moved to Vermont and now he's in Tacoma. So like at this point I have no reason to leave the house. And then COVID hit and I was like, I really had no reason to leave the house. And then they sold my dad's farm. So it's like I had my like hobby garden there, my little survivalist like doomsday apocalypse. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna eat squash and tomatoes for the rest of my life and potatoes. And I don't have that anymore. So now all I have to do is sit at home and watch smut.
Yeah, you have no adult supervision anymore, right?
Well, I've never had adult supervision. I mean, come on. I've lived by myself most of my life. Well, anyway,
Right.
so I told Jason the other night when I was talking to him that I would try and like keep my train of thought, from getting derailed, and running off track
right,
and going
man.
on tangents.
Hey, we've got all the time in the world, man.
I can't. I love this. I love this like format where it's just like a bunch of guys hanging out.
Yeah.
And
Having
I am.
shit.
Well, I'm gonna put this up on my. I mean, I don't know.
You want it to be just like you're hanging out in the living room, man. Snap a cold one.
Pretty
open
much. You got people in the chat. Hello from Louisiana, Aaron S. Oh, it's Rosie, my friend Rosie from my Liberty Doll. Actually, I tell you what, I gotta give LD a plug here. This is my Liberty Doll mug. We're a bunch of libertarians, extremely heavily armed, dangerous libertarians. I'm okay, you're okay. Gay marriage is fine. Just don't fuck me. I'll shoot you in the face, type of shit. But hello, Rosie. Good to see you here on the live stream. I'm gonna click back over.
Absolutely, yeah.
To us.
Hello from Louisiana. Got caught in a mosh pit at a music festival once. It was not fun. She laughs. Granted, that was 15 years ago. Yeah, if you I've had to pick people up. I had to go into fucking mosh pits when I didn't want to because some fuckhead goes in there that I know he's going to get hurt. Like, someone's coming into town. I take him to go see Sabotage. Mosh pit fucking starts. We're at
Vince, remember? Hey, remember Button South and Hallandale Beach back in the day? I mean, it was loaded with the Button South.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Tons of skin, man. That was a rough place, man. You went in the pit there, you keep bleeding.
This is cool. Sure. I'm like enjoying this actually.
Yeah.
Now this stuff is starting to kick in right now. I'm liking it. You got to try it out. Word from our sponsor, Beaver Kill New York Cream Bourbon. Thank you, Baldo.
Nice.
Baldo's watching this.
I am enjoying a Baker's Mark in a pussy bottle because I'm trying to lose some weight, so I don't want to have a whole bottle because if a whole bottle's here, I will drink it.
You're trying that hard, motherfucker.
I tell you, got to tell you something about the Maker's Mark.
If people lived in my brain, they would understand.
Yeah, true. Well, anyway, so Keith Alexander joined Carnivore. They did the first demo. They did the first Carnivore album. The thing about Peter Steele, and God bless them both because they're dead. Keith died in 2005, July 11th, 2005, in a bicycle accident.
Is that what?
He died in a bicycle accident. He was riding down. Yeah, this is what happened to Keith. Keith was like this extreme dude. I mean, he worked. I don't know if you ever seen D. Schneider's Strangeland.
Yeah.
Okay, Keith was the body piercing consultant on that movie.
Okay.
And he, after he got done playing music and stuff, he was playing with D. That's actually how he ended up playing with D. Schneider. Keith Alexander
he played with D?
Yeah, he joined SMF. He joined the Sick Motherfuckers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's, so Keith, he I'm talking about people that everyone's always like, who? What? I'm like, these were really, we were the ones, well, especially me, I was the one nobody knew about. Like I said, nobody cared about. But I was there, we were just in such a low profile, way behind the scenes role and type. Like I did follow Spot on the P Sells But Who's Buying video.
You did.
For Megadeth. Yeah, I was up on a road case with this, and this was one of the big old hot spotlights.
Oh yeah.
Big. You remember the big cannons? It's like they had both arms around it. It had these freaking things.
Lever on the top.
Yeah, the levers and shit like that. And I was standing on a road case. It was at Lamore's in Brooklyn, and I was like right up near the ceiling. So all the cigarette smoke and heat was rising. And oh my God, by the time that was over, I was like ready to pass out. Actually, it wasn't Megadeth. It was White Lion that I was doing it for. And there was this bouncer there. His name was Big Sal, they called him. Now, this guy was bigger than Keith Pete and probably a couple of guys from the WWF. You know what I'm saying? Sal was maybe 7 feet tall. It took 2 cows to make his leather vest, all right? Yeah, there it is, D. Schneider. That's great. That's great. That's the picture. That's Captain Howdy from Strangeland. So Keith Alexander was the consultant for that movie on that. Keith, after Primal and Savage, whatever it was he was in, before he joined up with D, he went to this place called the Gauntlet in New York City. And Keith was big into the BDSM stuff. Yeah. And I'm kind of glad he got into that. He also got into like Japanese martial arts and shit. And I think that Keith, after Carnivore, okay, let's rewind a little bit. Hey Jason, hit the rewind button on your right on the Sony MCI JH24, which I own one of them, believe it or not. I own a 2-inch machine. Man, well, if I could turn the camera around, if my house wasn't such a mess, I'd show you my collection of Marshalls against that wall. I have Marshalls on that wall, and I have Mesa Boogies on that wall. But
we're gonna get the gear.
The GK shout out earlier because Galen Kruger was the shit.
Oh, for bass, yeah.
I gotta tell you, my 800 RB was my favorite amp. The thing was, GK amps suck if you got to take them on the road.
I had,
and they don't hold up, right?
Fucking big,
not at all.
And it was the best fucking amp. It was like a dual 8 or some bullshit, and it was fucking loud as hell, and it sounded fucking great.
Yeah,
it was a monster. But I didn't.
If you're gonna go on the road, you gotta bring an SVT and have 5 carry it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I actually the last set of amps I had 3 Ampeg SVTs. I had 3 810 cabinets with one was an Ampeg G4 head, but I had
3 refrigerators.
Yeah, I had them. They were in my cellar in Brooklyn.
God,
and I went to the Army, and my dad says, "So what do you want me to do with your amplifiers?" I said, because they were still sitting in the basement in Brooklyn, and I was like up in Fort Drum going fucking to all kinds of wonderful, disgusting, smelly, nasty, dangerous places. And he says, "What do you want me to do with your amps?" And I said, "Look, see if you can get 900 a piece for them just to get them out of there." He sold all 3 of them for 900. I was like, "Oh my God, Dad, I'm gonna fucking kill you."
No.
I mean, not that I would ever kill my dad. I miss my dad.
Yeah, but he didn't know though. Yeah.
Well, I want him out of my goddamn basement. Yeah, the Marshalls. Yeah. Look at them. Yeah. Definitely. Well, my Marshalls, I have just sitting in my living room here because some are up in Vermont. But I have 5 of the JCM 800 bass cabinets, which are like 6 inches deeper than the guitar cabinets.
Yeah.
And I actually own the Lemmy stack, so I collect Marshalls. I have, if you stacked all mine up, I would have 5 stacks of Marshalls here.
Shit. That's awesome,
and I got,
man.
Yeah, I got 2 stacks of Mesa Boogie, the road case ones, the old ones. So if I ever need to go on a stadium tour again, I will. Be ready to do it. Unfortunately, I'm never going on a stadium tour again. So I keep my Ampeg 115B Cube in like the back of my Toyota, and it hasn't come out of the car for like the last 3 years.
I had a 115. That's a great lamp.
Yeah, for what I'm doing right now, it's fine. Sometimes they don't even make me go direct. They just they sit me in the corner and tell me to turn down. So
yeah.
Of course I do, because I'm the bass player and I'm not all
right.
But, so anyway, rolling back to Keith Alexander and Carnivore. Keith was in Carnivore, and I don't know if Peter resented him because Keith got more attention than Peter did. And I think that's actually what the problem was. Now, if I'm I don't know if anyone's ever going to watch this, but, if you guys put a headline up like,
they'll watch it.
Rob Graham talks shit about Keith Alexander and Peter Steele. And I love both of them. And the thing You know, I
Well, yeah, I'll
some-
send that fucking email right to Blabbermouth, fucking or whatever the fuck it's called right now. Yeah.
You know what? If you did, I'm sure people would watch this just to see what shit I was. Because you know, in Brooklyn, for us old people, that stuff is still religion. I mean, talking shit about that will get you shanked, and I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
You know, I put up a thing once about like, and I'll get to this in a minute, like how Keith used to say to me, Robbie, this is your carnivore. And, you know, so he kind of made me miserable for like the entire time I was in Primal Scream. But I really don't want to get into that because it just makes me sound like a whiny little bitch. And that's one thing I ain't. But Keith and Peter had this. I don't know if they were fucking each other or what, man. There it is. There's the Primal Scream album, Volume 1. You got it. That's good shit. That album just got re-released.
Yeah, in 2020, correct?
Yes, last fall. Yeah, it's actually 2020, fall 2020 came out on Dive Bomb Records, and they put it out. And I am actually the way that ended up coming out was I put up a video on my YouTube about it, just like Great Albums Revisited. Of course, it's my album, but somebody picked it up, said you should talk to this guy Matt from Tribunal Records, and I said okay. So we got in touch, and this guy Matt, you know. He did all the legwork for it because I don't know who owned the rights to it.
Yeah.
I guess Mercenary Celluloid still did. But anyway, my payment for the re-release on this was a case of CDs, which I still have like 12 of them left. So if you guys send me your freaking address.
Send me one, brother, for sure. I'd love to check it out.
I definitely will send you out one, Jason. Yep. Definitely will send you out one.
Absolutely. But, so if people want to buy some of your music, where should they go?
I mean, you would if you want to get that album, and I gotta tell you, I'm doing promotion for it, and maybe I'll send a copy of this. You know, I'll send a link to you. This is going to go up on your YouTube, right?
And Spotify, right, Audible.
Okay, great.
Audible.
I'll send Matt from Tribunal a link to this live stream podcast and say, hey Matt, I plugged your shit for you because my payment for it was just a case of records, you know.
We'd love to have him on too. Come on.
Well, I asked him to be on my live stream while I was still doing it, and he was like, well, I don't really do stuff like that, but maybe you know, I mean, hey, I wish you guys the best of luck with this because this is a great format, you know, and if you can get people to come on who are just
hoping,
you know,
we got people coming,
Well, so just to finish up the Carnivore to Primal Scream, because you asked me where I'm coming from, and so far I've kind of given you like the whole story in bits and pieces, but in a non-linear storytelling format. Keith got fired from Carnivore. I don't know what happened. I mean, I was like Keith's little brother for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And I really don't know what happened. I mean, there was so many goddamn girlfriend problems and shit with those guys. And I mean, in Primal Scream, I always used to say, yeah, I'm just a bona fide fucking roadie.
Yeah, Jason was my little brother when I was a fucking screaming whore.
You gotta have somebody to send out for beer and condoms.
Dude,
that's what I always say.
Jason's one of the best guys.
Go get me a pack of Camelot filters, some Trojans, and a few 40-ounce bottles of Gold 45, more liquor. Yeah, Keith Alexander was always like, Robbie, go find me a joint. Okay,
go find me.
Well, in Lamore's, it wasn't hard to find a fucking joint.
Not in those days.
And you know, Lamore's, that's like what made Hit Parader magazine.
Oh, yeah, dude. Lamore's was the shit.
Lamore's was in fucking Hit Parader at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I have a funny Hit Parader story. There was this chick, Julia, and she worked for Hit Parader, and
and by the way, translation for people who are tuning in from this generation, a chick means female with no derogatory term.
Right.
Well,
we chicks.
I'll tell you what.
For the most part, Rob.
Julia was the cutest thing you'd ever seen. I met her at the Cat Club one night. I don't know if you guys ever.
Yeah, in L.A. off of Sunset.
No, in Manhattan. It was down.
The other Cat Club where
I just finished this fucking
Les
thing.
Paul.
I need to try that.
The Cat Club was down like I don't know, it's like in the teens, maybe around 14th Street. I like I said, I can't remember exactly, but it was a decent sized place, and during the weeknights they would have
Yeah.
what they called alternative music, which at the time was metal bands and shit like that.
Right.
You know, it
Well,
wasn't
on Sunday
alternative.
nights, who used to play there? Fucking, was it Les Paul or was it
He played the Iridium a lot.
I highly doubt Les Paul ever played the Cat
someone
Club.
had
Yeah.
a huge, like 40-year residency Sunday nights at the Cat Club. It was someone from that era.
You know what? That's
Yeah.
something. That's something you have to. That's something to have to research. I don't have any information. I can't confirm or deny that at this
Hey, I'm
point.
not telling you to condone it.
Right, but anyway, so I met this chick Julia from Hit Parader, and she, you know, she was just a young kid. And when I say kid, she was like 17, 16, whatever. And you know, because all these magazines, they would get interns. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Free
and there was
work,
this.
man.
Well, there was this place called City as School, and that's actually how I met my friend Rich. And we worked at this studio. I was telling Jason the other night that called Sorcerer Sound and Acoustalog.
Yeah.
And I worked for this guy Al Firestein at Sorcerer Sound, and you can look Al Firestein up. He is like the flannel daddy, you know. He's like the grand thumb of acoustical consultants,
Right.
and that's where my friend Rich learned everything from, and that's where I learned how to like solder and you know set up microphones and crap like that as high school interns. But anyway, this chick Julia, she was like an intern at Hit Parader, and I don't know. Anyway, I took her home one night after a Von Helsing show. We were open for Armored Saint and Sabotage.
Ooh,
and
nice.
it was a
Mom
Saturday
There's
night.
the lineup.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Well, I was always like in the band that was first on, you know, and I think that was the night that the fat singer from Sabotage, Jamie or whatever, because his brother, the guitar player, got killed in like a
Had
car
passed
accident.
away, yeah.
Yeah. And they're Trans-Siberian Orchestra now.
Yes,
You talk about
me and Jason
John
were
Older,
in
right?
Florida when he had passed away, and in Florida they're a religion.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well,
and
Johnny,
Chris Oliver.
Chris Oliveira, that's it. Yup, Chris. Yeah, he man.
What a
He
great
was-
Great
band.
man.
What a
He's
great
fantastic
band.
guitar player.
yeah.
Fantastic guitar player. Nice enough guys, but that's the night like the fat singer, like we were standing in the audience making fun of him. And
he just got popped for a little in the truck with him there when he pulled over, you know.
is this recent?
Yeah, like a month ago, yeah.
He's still doing
Robbie
well?
D
Yeah,
called
65,
Sabotage singer fat fuck.
Wow.
Live
Well-
at Blabbermouth.
Right.
Hey, you know he's very talented, but yeah, he was a fat guy, right?
Great, man.
And anyway,
Great.
talk about blow. He did too much blow that night, but I guess like during he was a really good performer for a guy that size,
Amazing.
That's awesome, dude. He's
you know. But I guess he
Yeah,
fucked
yeah,
up his back, and I remember them. There was cops showed up, and they like walked him out. He's crying. He's like, "I'm in such pain." And I guess he had done too much blow, and they like took him to the hospital and shit like that, you know. And like I don't know what they did, but I shouldn't be talking about shit like this. But I mean, this is stuff that I was actually there to see.
Nice.
you
So
know?
if anyone wants to come on and share the dirt from the 80s and the 90s, where it doesn't really matter anymore, because it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Come on,
It
Creativity
doesn't.
Talking, Saturday nights live at the Badge.
Right. Well, I gotta tell you, Julia was just gorgeous, and she had like a fucking fantastic body. And the last time I saw her, she was running a vintage clothing store down in Alphabet City, and in Manhattan, like right around the corner from the Lismar Lounge. Which I was telling Jason the other night that that's where like I fucking stepped over Gigi Allen. You know.
Yeah. That guy was that's a whole other subject right there. We could do a show, Gigi, right?
Well, I could just tell you the story. This guy, and the thing is, I used to go to the Lismore Lounge because it was such a fucking dive, and I played there with Primal Scream a couple of times. It was like right around the corner from the Hells Angels biker headquarters in the city, and it was open for a while. And the funny thing was the girls from the Cycle Sluts from Hell.
Yeah.
I think a couple of them were bartenders there, and I remember one time, there was one chick, Betty, and I don't know if she was Venus Penis Crusher, because that's the kind of names they had. And there was like honey 1%er or 5%er or so. Well, 5%ers were the black dudes, 1%ers were the biker chicks. So anyway, and that there you go. There's Gigi. Fucking what a dirtbag. Oh my god. Anyway, so the Lismore, and the thing is, the Lismore was open for a while. So, and I think Primal Scream played there the first time was like 87 or maybe 88. And the Lismore was just fucked up because it was in the same neighborhood, maybe 10 or 15 blocks down from CB's, but it was like in Alphabet City. It was like on Avenue D or some shit like that, right?
That city was a little rough, wasn't it? That was a rough joint, wasn't it, up in there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it was,
Yeah.
It was. Well, back in the day when I went there, I was with this chick because it was some place that I would bring. Like if I was like seeing a chick, it's like you have the date. When you first start seeing someone, where you're like walk around Manhattan and you go to like Wohop and you go to like all the dive restaurants and then you take her to the dive bars and you put on the leather jacket and shit. But I think I maybe even took this chick, Catherine, and I've been in my Camaro because I remember one time my Camaro wouldn't start when we were there. I was parked around the corner. I had this freaking.
What year was your Camaro?
It was a 71, but it had a 327 69 vet engine in it, which is an interesting. It was candy apple metal flake red. It was the coolest fucking car, and it had the big ass tires on the back, but the suspension was fucked up on one side. So it's like the tires were wider than the wheel well. So it's like
scrubbing. Yeah.
Well, it busted all the Bondo out of the back, fender. I bought it from the drummer from Von Helsing, this guy Butchie Jobski, and this is a fucked up story. This guy, and this was.
Boy, is that a Polish name?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah.
Wow.
His name was Michael Jobski. Everybody called him Butch, but this is a really fucked up story. Yeah, it just like that. Yeah, pretty much. Mine didn't have the bumper.
That is a sexy car.
That was exactly. Except mine had more metal flake. It didn't have my air ram was the opposite way. Okay, my air ram, the wide part was in the front. But anyway, so here's the fucked up story about Butchie. He built that car. I won't tell you how we got the parts for it, but I definitely won't tell you about how we got the engine for it. But I don't know what the statute of limitations is on this shit, man. But
exactly. Talk around it, my friend.
Anyway, so Mike Butchie, he this guy, he was fucked up. I knew he was fucked up from the day I met him. Guy always scared me. Always. I was always afraid. I was in a band with him. Guy was a great drummer. I
think we all knew someone like that, or at least a couple.
Well, this guy's bass drums were like, I don't know, 4 feet long. He had these cannon bass drums, and he was in Von Helsing until Scott DuBois took over. And Scott, we'll get into Scott in a minute, because I got to drop names about all the great people I played with.
So you say strange drummer, right? So we go to me and Brian Topel.
Yeah.
You know Brian, Jason.
Yeah.
So we go to this guy's house in L.A. He's a director. Buddy plays the drums. And he's like, Vince, you have to come over here and see this. I'm like, okay. So I go over there. The dude asked to bum a cigarette. I'm like, okay. So he takes a cigarette, right? He puts tape around here. He has a glass of water. He dips the filter in the water and then lights the cigarette, takes 2 hits from it and puts it out and repeats the motion. Now, then he went to show me his drum kit, and he's doing this while he's showing me this. So all this mechanical shit, drug, whatever the fuck is going on.
You haven't found out.
Dude, I couldn't talk. He had 85 cymbals set up on his drum set. 85. You could not see the fucking drum kit through the fucking stands for the cymbal.
Was Zildjian man or a Fabian guy?
It was the most bizarre fucking, and that just, you know what I'm talking about, Robbie. You got that look in your face.
Well, no,
like right in that vein of what the hell was going on there. What the fuck is this guy doing? Why is he putting scotch tape around the motherfucking cigarette and dipping it in fucking water? And everyone's like, oh my God, he's a creative genius. No, he's fucking insane.
He's out of his fucking mind.
You're asking. Why I'm looking at you like, yeah, you guys got a lot of symbols. This is what Butchie Jobski did, okay?
Yeah.
Butchie had a girlfriend. She broke up with him, right? So she was at her new boyfriend's house, right? So Butchie put his rifle in his guitar case. So we see how this is going, right? Okay, this is no bullshit. Butchie drove over.
This is some Romeo and Juliet shit to happen here.
Butchie drove over and the rifle took over.
Dude, the ending of this ends up with people dead. Trust me, okay? It's like a double homicide suicide, okay? True story, dude. You want to know what kind of fucked up place I come from? Everybody's like, "Why are you insane?" I'm like, "Dude, why am I insane?" And not to mention a couple of years in the army and working for the government.
Actually, there's a reason.
So anyway, so Butchie drives over to his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend's house, goes in, kicks in the fucking door, whatever he has to do, gets in the house, okay? The boyfriend starts fighting with Butchie, so Butchie shoots him, kills him. Then he runs into the bathroom, all right, locks himself in the bathroom. So the boyfriend's father is there, banging on the door. And Butchie comes out. The father of the dead boyfriend now is hitting him with the broom. Butchie shoots him, kills him, and then runs outside. And then he goes into the schoolyard. And he's sitting in the schoolyard. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. He puts the gun in his own mouth and he kills himself. That's a fucked up story, dude. Yeah. I challenge you to find anybody else to ever come on your show with a rock and roll story more fucked up than that. Nope. Okay, so and the thing was, I didn't know about it until you remember the MySpace era. Yep. It was like 2005 to 2009. I asked DJ Alex Kane. Alex Kane was the DJ at Lamore's for years. And he's still going to put out his Lamore's book one of these days. I've been waiting for 15 years for the fucking thing to come out. He sent me a thing on MySpace. He says, "You didn't hear about Butchie?" And I'm like, "No, what happened to Butchie?" Now, this is 2005. And the whole thing with Butchie probably happened 10 years earlier. He sends me the article for the New York Post. And I'm like, man, I always knew he's an asshole, but I didn't know he's that big of an asshole. So then there was the Lamore Reunion in 2007. And it wasn't in Brooklyn. It was in Staten Island. But it's famous because Vito Bratta was there and Blitz from Overkill and Bobby
Vito Bratta.
Fucking Vito, he's like just so out of it now. Blitz had a stroke, and the last time I saw Blitz was at AJ Perro's. They threw like a hometown memorial service for him in Staten Island. Yeah, which I played the Inside show just with this pickup band, Kinetic. That. I just went to play just because I want to be there. But I saw Blitz, and Blitz is so different because Blitz had a stroke on stage. Yeah. So Blitz used to be the biggest, and I'll tell him this to his fucking face. He was the biggest asshole in the world. And believe me, I opened for the guy probably a half a dozen times at Lamore's. Yeah. And now he's the nicest fucking guy you'd ever meet. Like, I was walking around my cane because I back, I was like 8 years
Here's the thing. I've been through a life-changing disability moment that lasted for years and chronically has existed for decades. I think everyone should go through it. You learn so much. I'm a hyperactive fuck you kind of guy, just like you are, and when that happened to me, and I'm assuming something similar happened to you, you have an understanding of something else completely.
Well, what happened to me was I fell off a roof and I fucking broke my back. I was I started a spray foam insulation business, and the guys that were working for me, I hired a bunch of you guys. Never hire anybody that you meet at an AA or an NA meeting.
Yeah, I don't go to those.
Yeah, I don't go to them anymore either. But so they abandoned me, so I had to do it all by myself. And I've been getting on and off ladders for like my whole life, pretty much. I work for the phone company, so it's like I'm used to going up and down poles, poles.
Yeah.
And
You got that going with strippers.
and climbing ladders, but I fell off a roof, and I only fell about 13 feet, and I broke my back. So yeah, since then I've been completely fucked up. But anyway, I saw Blitz, and Blitz is like, "What's with the cane?" And I said, "I fell off a roof and broke my back." And he just looks at me and goes, "What'd you do that for?" Yeah. And I was like, "Oh my God." And the thing was, when I saw him at
I used to call mine my cocaine.
Right? Well, I haven't done any blowing. I haven't done any blowing. Wow, at least 13 years. So I've been off of that shit.
Just so you know, I never ask anyone about potential criminal activity. I just assume.
Dude, let me tell you about the age. I can go into stories like this. One story that that Jason's friend Jay loves, and it's like I was with Kenny from the manager of Carnivore. And I went with him into the office at Lamore's he had to get paid or something like that. But I just went, and there is like one of the guys from Iron Maiden and two of the guys from Motley Crue with a pile of cocaine in front of them. And I was just like, God damn. And I'm like, dude, I'm not talking like a gram or two. I'm talking like an ounce fucking
like a mountain.
And I was just like, get me out of it. I was like so afraid back because I was a nice kid. I went to Sunday school and shit, and it was like it was just part of the corruption. But
sure.
Anyway, so my train of thought got derailed. Let me just finish the story of how I ended up in Primal Scream. Okay, let me.
Okay,
all right. So Carnivore, Peter Steele, Keith Alexander had their falling out. It was like the worst breakup since Princess Diana, Prince Charles. Nobody would touch Keith. Nobody in New York City would touch Keith. Okay, and this is for me, it's a funny story. I don't know if can I drop some more names.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what do you want, man?
So one night, it was a Sunday night. And it was right after I graduated from high school. It was a very chilly evening in late September of 1985. And I went to the studio called Slunky in Brooklyn. And they used to sell weed over the counter there. It was the greatest. I mean, it was just great, man. It was just like, this is the way shit should be, And I'm getting some, Lamore, rock capital of Brooklyn. God damn it. Thursday, Talent Search, Brittany Fox, Allied Forces, Faster Pussycat, Malmsteen, White Lion. Yeah, I remember that week. I actually remember that week because I think I saw every band there. But so it was. I went to the studio and it was Glenn Evans. He was in this band called TT Quick.
Yeah.
Remember TT Quick?
Absolutely.
He got thrown out of TT Quick. It was Keith who just got thrown out of Carnivore, and this guy Peter Lamenzo. Now, does the last name Lamenzo?
Yeah, yep.
Is it James Lamenzo?
It was James's little brother.
No kidding.
Right. So they were there jamming, and Keith, I could just, they were playing. They were trying to get something going, and they're doing Whole Lotta Rosie, and Keith is just standing there because Keith would get a 6-pack of Budweiser. I'm getting some echo in my headphones. Is that from you guys?
I hear it on you.
Sorry, I had to get some ice.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I hear it on you, Rob. Sure. Do we sound all right?
Yeah, you sound okay.
Yeah, usually when I put an image up, either I'm taking a piss or making a drink.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. In fact, I need to rehydrate for a second. Some folks.
So now I know
yeah.
to move my headphones further when I do that.
I'll go on this story for a minute. Just so you can watch the recap. But I'll be back to V here. So we're in the studio in Brooklyn, and Keith is he's getting pissed off. He's like, waste of time. And all of a sudden, Pete Lamenzo walks out of the studio. And Pete had this alembic bass, this alembic series.
We do. Sorry, I want to pause you, Robbie. Let's wait till Jason gets back, because after we said that this was the problem, he did exactly what we were talking about.
All right. Well, you know what? Let me go grab a beer out of my freezer.
Absolutely.
All right. Let me go grab
I'll
a
take
beer.
over here for a second.
Yeah, you take over. Do station identification. All right.
That's right. Everybody, Creativity Talking is brought to you by vaudevillepress.com. You can also find it on vincentkustush.com. That's VINCENTKUSTUSH.com. You can find us on Creativity Talking on Facebook and Creativity Talking on YouTube as well. And anywhere you find your podcasts, we are all available there. And of course, they left me alone right when the buzz totally kicked in. So let's see if we can have fun with echo. Echo, 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 echo. See this? So I'm wearing this adhesive part of a Band-Aid right here because the masks that I've been wearing for the past few years, like everyone else, kind of messes with my skin. And I don't know why I'm telling you that, but maybe it'll wind up somewhere. I have no idea. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do. And apparently, hey, mama. Oh, dude, if I could play Black Dog right now with all the instruments, I totally would. Hey, what's going on there? All right.
Sorry. I just tripped over. Man, this bottle of stuff is like pretty.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what we could do with the echo, like ching, 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 ching. It sounded like doing Black Dog. No,
that's the Black
you know what's great? We'll tell
What's
the
that?
Black Dog story. Do you know why there's a echo in the
I
beginning of
actually
that song?
do, but why don't you reiterate it?
The reason why is because some asshole spilled coffee
Onto the tape.
on the tape
Yep.
and it bled.
Can I tell you a funny thing about Led Zeppelin?
Absolutely.
The guy that me and my friend Rich work for at Acoustalog, Al Firestein, he was an engineer
Yeah.
at Electric Ladyland before he opened his own studio called Acoustalog. So it's it's not like I love it. It's not like
Right.
we will overcome. We will take over the world.
When I say that we should follow our dreams.
No,
Okay, Jason,
I
you
thought
ready
it
to
should
put
be
your
more like
headphones on?
first
So we
we
talk
invade
about the fucking
Cleveland.
delay problem, and fucking Jason puts his headphones down right next to the microphone.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
First we invade Cleveland, and then we kill all the posers. So anyway,
Isn't it bizarre to you that the bands that have lasted are like Bon Jovi and Poison?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because they were commercial success.
Well, of course. I
What?
don't take anything away from them. No
Oh.
lack of respect intended.
They got tattoos, man. Tunes of the day.
Holy shit! But there was a lot of great fucking bands. I'm watching, or I'm not watching. I'm reading fucking Blabbermouth or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And the guys from Trickster are making a big deal that they can't. I'm like, dude, no one's like waiting in line to see fucking Trickster.
Back in
Sorry,
the day,
dude.
no one was waiting in line to see Trickster either. I remember when
What
they
the
came
fuck?
out.
I'm like, dude.
Where the hell was Trickster from?
They were from Jersey, man. They were like Ramus area.
Right, I
And I'm
remember.
not taking anything away from them. They're like, yeah, after someone, and then the guy from Bullet Boys are like, yeah, I fired two of the original members because I can't trust them.
Well, Trickster,
Steve-
they just were wannabe Van Halens,
Yeah, well,
Steve
everyone
Brown,
was.
the guitar player, stole some stuff. He's playing with. Who's he playing with now?
I gotta put my cross out, actually. Does that look more metal?
Yeah, dude.
Well,
Jay,
I don't
Jay
know.
told me to be metal. He told me to be really metal. If Jay's watching this, Jay, I'm being as metal as I can possibly be.
Yeah, he's watching, dude.
Too much metal for one hand.
That's right. That's right. Hey, what's this? Spider-Man.
Right.
All right,
He's my boy, man. We've been buds since they're 5, dude. We've been lifelong. You know?
Well, it's funny how I ended up playing with him because, like, right after I broke my back, I was like freaking crippled, and I get a call from the singer, and he's like, yeah, we need a bass player because our bass player's guy Jim, he's guy's a businessman. He's way too busy to be playing in a band like that, And I mean, they just started that band as a bunch of high school teachers. So I was like, yeah, I'll come down and play because I don't have anything to do. I'm crippled. I'm not working. I can't work. I'm like, I didn't get out of bed for 6 months,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And, so I was like, yeah, okay. And they were like, the first time I played with them, they just said, okay, you're great, but can you stand up? And I was like, not yet, but I'm getting there. And the singer, Mike, he was like, he says, full disclosure, we wear wigs and spandex when we play. We do this whole like
yeah.
80s thing.
And
right. And at the time I had a haircut, I grew my hair back. Well, what's left of it, most of it's fallen. I can still do the comb over and with the hair, the headphones, like I can do the whole what's the name? Bret Michaels thing with the bandana. But
dude, that whole thing that he has is a wig because he went through a windshield and basically was scalped.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. But
yeah, he got in a major car accident, and right after that, he started a film company. And it's funny because I was just telling this story to my manager Bob because he plays bass.
Yeah.
And today this week they're learning Hall of the Mountain King, which is funny because you brought that up as well.
Great song.
One of the best songs of heavy metal, hands down.
Yeah. One of my all-time favorite metal songs.
Oh my god!
Actually, Prelude to Madness. I play that through my pedal board with I have this like Steinberger 5-string upright bass.
Ooh.
So it's just insanity. But anyway, so as everybody I see Jason's got a huge pint of beer. Okay. The train of thought.
We have someone from a foreign country, probably from Russia, saying "vor."
Yeah.
I don't know
what
that means, but right on.
Yeah, I'm looking. Well, Erin S. I didn't know Rosie's first name was Erin. She's one of my friends from the LD stream, which I actually put a thing up just so dude. I'm not dissing on you guys and shit, but it's like we got to get you some more subscribers. Okay?
Yeah, we're trying. Help us out.
This is the first video podcast with a guest.
Well,
I had to do. Okay, so I'm experienced on a microphone. So all the people that I wanted to have in the podcast family weren't as much.
Right.
So I had to get them comfortable. So I got them comfortable with 25 episodes on audio.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're bringing video in because now they're comfortable on camera. Because it's about the conversation. It's not about there's a camera point.
Right. Well, I get you. Dude, I started out my YouTube channel.
We're already on the top 50% of fucking podcasts already, and we're on episode 31.
On which format? Which platform?
On all of them.
Oh, really? Cool.
So,
YouTube is a hard
YouTube's totally different. We're more focused on the audio side because that's where you can make a living.
Right.
We're doing YouTube
as a gift to me, basically.
Exactly. As a gift to everyone. Like, YouTube you don't make a lot of money on, but we want to offer it for people who go on YouTube.
I can copy and paste this now into my Facebook, which I haven't been
help us out, man. Yeah, let's spread the word. Help us spread the word. That'd be awesome.
But we have major filmmakers. I mean, my background, I was a tour consultant for Guns N' Roses, Pink Floyd, Neil Diamond, yada yada yada. I've worked with Spielberg. I've worked with Martin Scorsese. I've worked with every major filmmaker. I was a special effects guy. I have a lot of friends who've now graduated into the upper tier of what's going on. And, I'm a guy from back then. I'm not a guy from today.
Right. Unreal.
But
hey, Jason,
people want to talk to me.
What's your tattoo, Jason?
Yeah.
No, I want to talk to you too. I just want to see Jason's tattoo. So I'm really wasted right now, but mine says "Life in Limbo ain't cheap." It's like I read it on a wall in rehab one time, and I got it tattooed on my arm.
Yeah. Nothing. Woo!
I got this one. I don't
Oh
know.
wait,
No-
I gotta hold on.
He's got a barber pole on his penis. Oh my god! You know what the funniest thing was? I had the I was watching your stream from last night or the other night when you guys were talking about the Opticon, or the what was it?
Voltron?
Yeah, Voltron, the Voltron. I call it the Opticon because it's like an orgy song. Message from Opticon, blast from the fire bomb. Want to help me? Guess what? You're out of time. I love them guys. Oh my god, I saw them in L.A. at the Whiskey like 6 years ago.
You know, everyone needs to at this point fucking calculate, see what's going on, see what they believed, and it hasn't come true.
Well, I had it for the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute, Rob. Hey, you got what do you got? Labatt's Blue there?
Yeah, it's Labatt's Blue, man.
Oh, dude, send me a case. I can't get that in the South, man.
Where are you, man?
South Carolina.
Oh, really? Yeah, man. Well, next time I come down, my parents are in they're in Sneedville, Tennessee. So next time I go down, yeah, I'll come down with a 30-pack for you, baby.
There you go, brother. Hey, swing by. We'll fuck.
Well, I want to go to Palmetto State Armory also.
Oh, dude, dude, my boy is right over here. It's the road, Woodruff, man.
I got another echo coming from you guys.
Yeah, that's Jason because he's a knuckle tracking fucking Neanderthal. But in that case, because I have to light something that I can't be shown lighting on camera. Well, I could,
really,
but I don't want to.
Hey, that's
so you had the 71 Camaro.
No, you can't light it on.
So you had the yeah.
Jello pudding popping. I can't do it because I got my Jello pudding pop.
So you got dude. I could hang out with you all day. So you got the 71 Camaro.
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
this was my ride, brother.
What was your ride, baby?
yeah, El Camino.
Sweet.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I could wax that car with my own semen, believe me. Trust
me. God.
Me.
Dude,
I would be like jerking off all over that, let me tell you.
Alpine stereo, pile driver speaker, right? Same connections for the hood, right?
What size tires it is? 16s?
I had 50s. What did I have? I had 50s and 70s
50s
going
and 70s, and what kind of? Those are American.
I had I had
Krager's.
Krager SSTs.
Krager's, yeah, Krager's. Those are Krager's. Yep.
I had Krager SSTs, which was basically a sheet of aluminum with the fucking bolts all around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a great fucking car. And to tell you the truth, Alpine pile driver speakers, that vehicle, the last in line by Ronnie James Dio. Did not sound any better than in that fucking car.
That's your actual car.
Close.
Okay. I get you.
But,
I mean,
God.
I gotta dig out my photo albums. Okay, so the 71 Camaro. Okay, so I'm at the Lismar Lounge. I think the one time I was there, I was with this chick Catherine, and we I was all heavy metaled out. I was in Von Helsing. I'll send you guys some pictures. I found my photo albums when we cleaned out my parents' barns. I'm talking, these are actual pictures. Yeah. So I have to digitize them somehow, but I found
what's the Blabbermouth headline? Robbie G talks shit about 80s metal scene? Is that where we're going with?
Yeah, I mean, I talk shit, tells the truth. I don't know, I mean, fucking,
Oh, dude, it's perfectly fine, man. Perfect.
What's this deal here, man? Anyway,
the deal is we want guests like you who will come on and just fucking talk and be fucking human.
Well,
yeah.
It's hard to remember all this shit. I just got a text while I'm checking this shit. Fucking phone work, man. Don't get a Samson. You are a star.
I would never.
And metal, and you squeezed in my favorite Lamore story. Nice. Jay Baldo just sent me a text message. God, I love Jay.
Yeah,
Jay
I'd rather
Baldo
use an iPhone, which is used with children's slave labor.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so the end of Lismar Lounge story. My Camaro had a problem with the starter. So here's this hot chick, Catherine. Her name's Catherine Dahl, and she was a stripper, yes. And she's sitting in the front seat, and I get in and I put the keys in the ignition, and the car goes click, and I'm like, fuck. So I had this wrench that I kept like under my seat, and it was a big fucking wrench, which I would use as like a bludgeoning instrument if I had to.
Hypothetically, sure.
So anyway, I'm crawling under the car to tap on the starter because
yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I'm tapping
turn the key.
Right, and that's what I'm telling her. I'm like, okay, now turn it. And she's like, what? And I'm like, just turn the fucking key, Catherine. And she's like, and all of a sudden I see these two big pair of fucking black boots, like right next to me. I'm like, oh shit, who's this? And I kind of climb out from under the car and look up at this Hell's Angels guy, right? And I'm like, oh hi, he's like, oh, you having a problem with the car?
What? Hell's Angels were never a threat to any metalhead who had long hair, ever.
No, they got me going. They're like, yeah, you know what you got to do? What you have to do is just take it out and adjust the timing, because what it sounds like is like your starter isn't like, the gear isn't engaging. So that was that. But this was after, I think that's the night I stepped over Gigi Allen. It might have been later, right before he killed himself. And I think because I was working in federal prison in MCC, New York, and I think I might have I wanted to shoot him. So it might have been then, because I was a federal corrections officer. So, because any chick I ever went out with, I would take her to Wohop for hot and sour soup. And then I take her to Lismore Lounge for a couple of drinks, just so we could get like totally sleazy. And then it would just be dirty hot monkey sex all night long. You know, it's like, oh my God, I'm a filthy.
And as you know, if you've listened to any podcast, I might have to translate this for Jason, but
well, it's like this one time. It's one time. I don't know. I won't go. Can I tell you the joke about the Japanese guy? No, I won't. Anyway, so anyway, back to the how did Primal Scream start? Okay, so I'm in the studio in Brooklyn where they're selling pot over the counter, right? Spunky Sound Studios.
That's the way it should be,
right? I mean, it should have been. And we had total. The cops knew we were doing it, but they were just so glad we had it off the street. Right. We were doing a community service, really, because who was our customers?
Hey, we're gonna small this weed so nobody else gets a hold of it. You know?
Well, right. No, it wasn't that. It was like we were off the street. We were up, in a studio, and the cops didn't have to bust the guy standing on the street dealing loose joints and shit like that. Yo, the payphone used to ring and be like, "Yo, is this Stickless? Who? Stickless." Stickless was a brand name of the weed, because everybody had their own. I mean, slunky bags were, everybody from the Brooklyn scene knew what a slunky bag was, because we used to sell 20 pieces wrapped up in tinfoil. And I think it was like a 1/4 gram bag of weed and, wrapped up in some tinfoil. And we called them sticks. And, I mean, the whole thing, was very organized. Sticks in, sticks out. We had books on all this. Right, Cheech and Chong. You know what's so funny? I played with the guy who did the song Rockin' Out in By School, and that was here in Cherry Valley, upstate New York. And I'll send you a copy of that disc too, Jason. Rockin' Out in By School. I don't want to go to your school. You don't want to go to my school. Oh, no. But I played with Richard Frasca. But anyway, so I'm in the studio. Peter walks out. Not Peter Steele, Pete Lamenzo. James's little brother, right? White Lion's little brother, or Megadeth's little brother now. So it's Keith and Glenn Evans, from Nuclear and TT. Glenn Evans went on to join Nuclear Assault, and that's when Nuclear Assault became someone. And Glenn was older than all of us. Glenn was like 30 years old. I was like fucking 18. Okay, so I just picked up Peter's Alembic Series 1. And started, I just started playing with Keith, And then after everybody went home, me and Keith went and got a bagel and a beer, and I hung out with Keith. And he's like, "Yeah, Robbie, well, Keith really had a lot of problems after he got thrown out of fucking Carnivore. It was a big hit to his ego, So I hear that cracking open and shit, man. And that's like Keith at the end of that Nuclear Assault. Well, at the end of the one Nuclear Assault song, Game Over, John Connolly yells, wait, it needs some. And they open the beer and he goes, that's it. You know, you got to check that out, man. But I'm like a fucking encyclopedia of musical memory and shit like that. But anyway, so I start hanging out with Keith. And Keith was like, he had his drawing books, you know. There's James. Yeah, definitely. That's James. You know, James actually gave me a couple of lessons. You know, James was a really nice guy. And like Mike Tramp.
Yeah.
He was the lead singer from White Line. He was the first person who wished me a happy birthday on my 19th birthday.
Oh, right down.
Well, we were in Lamore's. It was me, Keith, and White Line used to practice in the basement of Lamore's. There he is. Look at
that.
Look at that. Nice strat. What year is that?
Hey, that's an American Nitro series, and that thing is killer, man. I just got probably 6 months ago.
What'd you say? It's an American what?
It's a nitro. It's just got a thin layer of nitrocellulose amps lacquer on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a good one. Sure.
And that's an American series?
Yeah.
Wow. And
like 2015, I think we're out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you ever want to talk guitars and not just bullshit,
that's all I want to talk about.
Dude,
man,
I love guitars, man.
You want to do guitars of the week, man?
Yeah. Dude, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with guitars and basses, man.
I have a thing on my channel, and I haven't done it in a while. But next time I go up to Vermont, I'm gonna do like fucking probably 5 hours of guitar porn. I call it guitar porn. If you ever go to my channel, which anybody watching here, it's Robert Graham. I supposedly have a custom URL right now, but I don't know if I do. But anyway, you know, it's. I don't know. If you can put, you know, like, can you find my channel up on your thing? Look at, that's what I'm saying. Light it up. Light it up. Oh, yeah. Nice. So anyway, okay. What happens with Primal Scream? I just want to finish this story, okay? And it's 11:30 now. I'll roll with you guys all fucking night long if we have to.
Do it.
Trust
Let's fucking do it.
I got fucking a 6-pack left in the freezer, so I'm ready to fucking go here, baby.
Hey, we're good to go. Jason might fall asleep, but we're always good to go.
I've been up since 2 a.m., but I'm a trooper, man.
This is the most excited I've seen him on any of these podcasts since I watched the first one this afternoon. So, yeah, dude, I was watching your podcast and you guys were talking about Yellowstone, and I was like, okay, Yellowstone's a cool show. And I was like, and you talked about it for 2.5 hours. I was like, if these guys can talk about Yellowstone for 2.5 hours, I could keep them going for 12 hours.
Yeah, dude, no doubt.
I mean, no problem. So anyway,
and it's 4 seasons worth, so there's plenty to talk about.
Right. Well, hey, don't get me going on The Mandalorian. I just binge watched the whole thing. I actually subscribed to Disney Plus, and then I watched Boba Fett. And I got
so vaudevilpress.com, Vaudeville Press LLC is responsible for this podcast. We have a book coming out called The Book of Udo Bupkis, and it has nothing to do with the Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
But great fucking show.
Go on. No,
great fucking show, man.
I just got a text message from somebody, and they said, don't read it out loud, but I got to tell the story about when I smoked a joint with Rusty from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh, no shit.
Dude, he lived down the street from me.
Which
he was
one?
my fucking friend's roommate.
Jason Lively?
Yes.
Oh, really?
You smoked a joint Rusty from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah, man. Okay, so
totally fucking cool guy. Totally cool.
Flux Capacitor, right? This band that I was in like 2 years ago. You know, your buddy Jay's band, right?
Yeah.
So okay. Their old bass player, the guy I replaced, is like this fucking like super businessman, right? And he did this thing called Scaricon out in I don't know, it's like out near Boston, not Warminster. Warminster's in PA, but it was like someplace out near Boston, right?
Like Worcester, something like that?
Worcester, but fucking I can't remember what the name of the town was. But it was in this big hotel. It was like this big stone Gothic looking hotel. And D Schneider was there, by the way, and I saw D,
Uh-huh.
and I said, "Hey D, I'm Rob from Primal Scream. I used to play with Keith Alexander." He's like, and D was like, "I know who Keith Alexander was, and I know Primal Scream." He goes, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm playing with the band. We do this '80s cover show, And he was like, "Oh," I said, "and we do some Twisted Sister." And D was just like, he says, "Yeah, man. As soon as I hear that, I'm running out of the fucking room, So I was like, "Yeah," but Jason Lively was there, right? And I had no idea who this guy was because Jason Lively looks nothing, absolutely nothing like he did when he was Rusty Griswold, right?
Yeah.
He's got this beard. He's kind of skinny, I mean, I don't know. He doesn't look like drugged out, but he just looks like it's like the opposite of letting yourself go where you get really fat. He just got like really not skinny, but like cut, you know? And so anyway, we're at this thing and he's hanging out and Jay split and the singer split and Mark and John, the other two guitar players, they had a room by themselves. So I had the room by myself because they gave us 2 rooms. So it's like going to be like one room for me, Mike, and Jay, and like the other room for John and Mark,
Yeah.
But they left, so I had my own room. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to hang out. I don't have to drive home, right?" So I was hanging out with the old bass player, and his crew of people. So I was hanging out with like I don't know. I don't really remember who these people are. Like I say, I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah.
But one of the guys was Jason Lively. He's like, "My little sister has like 18 million followers on Instagram." And I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he's like, "I'm Jason Lively." So we're standing outside of this place and he lights up a joint, he's smoking with this chick because in Massachusetts pot's legal. So, I'm not incriminating myself. And I'm just like,
it's legal here in Illinois too.
It's legal in New York now too. It's legal in Vermont.
Well,
so it's like,
it'll be legal in South Carolina in like 75 years probably, but I'm waiting around.
What people are doing, I don't really care.
Right. Well, what I'm wearing in my two bras here, I'm wearing my leather bra here. They're just props, trust me. But
it's always better to be double broad.
Right. Because well, actually, they're just props, but. Crowder wears his shoulder holster when he's on his live stream, so I figure I would not like that's anyway. So I won't go into. So anyway, so I smoked a joint with Rusty Griswold outside. He's talking to this chick. So the next day I'm walking around and I see this girl that we were smoking pot with outside, and she's just like, "I'm so fucked up." I'm like, "You're fucked up?" I was sitting in a hotel room. The only thing they had left. And this was like the organizer show. It was like Pabst Blue Ribbon. So it's like,
nice.
And I was like,
God.
I didn't get any sleep last night because I had to make like 85 trips to the toilet.
Dude, Pabst Blue Ribbon was the beer that you stole from Grandpa, hid behind the tree on 4th of July.
Right.
And you drank it 98 degrees.
We still drink. We still drink it down here.
Pabst Blue Ribbon is a good fucking beer.
We love it down in the South.
I'm gonna look at the YouTube feed. I wish Jay would just chirp in and fucking say something. Right on, creativity talking. Yeah, I wish Jay would freaking chirp in. Goddamn.
Yeah. He's on. He's
fucking goatee.
He's texted me. He's still on.
Jay's the most clean-shaven family guy you would ever meet. Oh my god.
He's a guy counselor, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to know, Jason. How did you meet my favorite drummer? God damn it! Tell me that story, man.
Dude, we've been buds since we were 5. Man, we went to school. We went from like kindergarten to senior year together.
They fucked the same goat, Robbie.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, brother. They fucked the same goat.
He would hold the front legs, and I would be in the business end, right?
Absolutely. That's why, to this day, Jason shaves the front of his fucking legs and has boots that are extra fucking, give you extra little room for the fucking goats to fucking put the front paws in there.
That is seriously the funniest thing I've ever freaking heard. Oh my god! Well, because I know you guys from down there near Roscoe, right? You're from down here near Roscoe.
A lot of fucking pig skills.
Yeah. The pig skill mountain, man.
Pig-Skill Mountain.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm really glad I had him, and like he always goes to me, Jay, seriously, and this is getting like real personal now for anybody who's watching.
Great, man. Yeah.
Well, no, Jay's like, he's like, well, Jason was my original you. And I was like, okay, well, I'll take that as a compliment, dude. And I can see why. You know? Like, we're nuts. But, you know, I mean, I want to interview you guys right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Jason.
Yeah.
You were an audio engineer.
Yep.
Okay, and like you were telling me,
you always are. That's like if you kill someone, you're always a fucking killer.
You're always murderer.
So you're an engineer, right?
Yeah.
Right. I just got somebody tweaked in. Don't read this out loud, but and I'm getting another question. Fuck both of you. Go fuckers.
Nice. Yes. I'm all about fuck off. Absolutely. Thank you.
I got you.
Happy fucking New Year.
Right?
That's awesome.
Anyway,
that's fucking great.
Well, you can't see. Maybe one day we'll have him on. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Man.
I would love to. I mean, every time that
we have not had one negative interview from the show.
Well, I like your format. You just need like 1,000 more viewers, and this would be awesome, which we can work on, you know. But so Jason, you were an engineer. How did you start out with that? I mean, I'm just wondering, you know.
So I went to graduate school and went to the Art Institute of Florida, and I was in the music and video business course that they had, and you know Vince was. That's where we met. We were roommates down there, and just went through school, and I started freelancing while I was in school, doing you know around local clubs. Used to swing bang bands on beach in Deerfield Beach, doing all that, and then a concert production named Pete Moran introduced me to Pete Monalos, who owned Artisan Recorders, and he had a mobile company and done you know he had been a Guitar Life, Slayer, Dare, Aggression, on and on and on, you know.
And I'll tell you from a different viewpoint. I was heavily involved. I worked for the school. I was executive producer of the show. I ran all the special events that were going on. Jason was a good friend of mine. We wound up becoming roommates, and I was like, "Hey, this guy knows what he's." It was nothing of my doing. It was Jason's doing because he's talented. But I was like, "Hey, Jason," you know what I mean? Because I was like one of the people who are working all the time. You know, and when people are like, you know, and Pete would come, and other people would come to me, "Hey, what about this Jason Clark?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah." Of course.
Yeah, I mean, when you work Eric Lorman for RGB, you brought me in and we did audio on calls and stuff like that.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, we did the Fort Lauderdale Festival. Yeah.
You know, Jason was inherently talented. You know, like you could talk to him, because sometimes the problem is in production. You're like, okay, here's the da-di-da-di-da. I was in a band. He was in a band. He was a friend of mine, so I was able to communicate with him normally. But he like had adherent talent.
I got ears.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was like, it wasn't a mystery.
Yeah.
I just happened to be at a place where I could say, "Hey, man," and I hired everybody that was talented. I was in a weird position because a lot of people sent to this school were there because they had rich parents, and a lot of the other people were there because they loved music.
Yeah.
And they wanted to tell a story. And Jason was a huge he was there for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Jason is my little brother to this day. You know what I mean? So there was no, you know, he was talented. I didn't have to worry about, because when you're getting into stuff and things are getting serious, if you say, "Hey, hire this guy," or, you know, that's your name. You know what I mean? And I'm not overcomplicating this, and I don't mean to sound like a dick, but you don't tell people to hire this guy and go for it. I mean, he has got his own talent, but people ask you questions.
Right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck yeah, Jason. Yeah. Don't even have to fucking, you know.
Yeah. So it just started out like that, and then like I said, the man I was working for. In fact, Rob, you know Jaco Pastorius, obviously.
Yeah, and I'll tell a story about that later if you want. But
yeah. But so if you watch if you watch the Jocko documentary that Rob Gio did, you'll see my old boss Pete Manos. He recorded the Word of Mouth record, and the birthday record was the last thing I worked on with him before I left. But I ended up working with him. Did Whitney Houston, I'll Always Love You for the Bard movie, and a bunch of other things, Hurricane Relief shows.
Yeah, I mean, Jason was trained by the dude who recorded and won 5 Grammys with the fucking Eagles.
Yeah.
So
Eddie Michelle.
Like, I don't care what anyone says about what our school may have looked like or what it was or what people thought it was. Fuck you. We had real fucking talent, and
we did, dude.
You couldn't be trained better than the guy who won 5 Grammys from the Eagles as a musician learning to record.
Yeah, Eddie Darmoshal, rest in peace, man. He just passed a few years ago, but man, the dude, he was the dude.
There's just no comparison. So learning from that base, we're going to be better than anyone else. And I didn't even like audio, and I was already at that level, but Jason was up there.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, this is really honest, I totally dig it, and this is like, I don't know, what's the fact?
Dude, if you're not going to support and push your friends, who are you going to support?
Hey, but Rob, you want this part of the story?
Like, hey, Jason, this is going to be really cool.
Jason, Rob, you got to fix your latency, and I'm not talking your latent homosexual tendencies.
He's got that forward. It's coming Tuesday.
You're freaking.
Hey, this part of the story is I'm a truck driver now. So.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what John Lennon said, and life is what happens when you're making other plans.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in Primal.
You know what he
Scream.
also said?
What did he say?
Ow!
Yeah, right. And fucking John Hinckley, fucking 5
Wow,
bullets from a 44 Magnum.
I really didn't.
And Yoko Ono is standing like 2 feet from him, not one fucking bullet hits that bitch. What are the fucking odds of that shit? For the rest of our life, we gotta listen. You piece of shit. Shut the fuck up, Yoko. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit.
But on the other hand, everybody, if you like the Beatles, go watch, what the...
Oh, my God. I got Disney Channel, so I started watching that whole Beatles thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? One day when I get... Because, I love to do the wake and bake. But the thing is, my lungs are show shot right now. My bong sits there, and I got a fucking ounce of weed sitting there.
Dude, I haven't done a bong in 10 years.
The thing is, I can't lung a fucking bong hit or a bull hit.
Fucking, what's the cinnamon bullshit, Jason?
I gotta eat it, okay? I make the magical
butter. Cinnamon bullshit whiskey?
The Fireball?
Yeah,
Fireball. I love it. I love it.
Well, the thing is, man, I eat my magical butter. I'll do a wake and bake, man. I wake up, take a crap, go to the bathroom, sit down, check the
and just so you guys know, last week weighed in at 220. I am down to 218. And just a little fun fact for guys out there, if you're trying to lose weight, in the morning, walk in the bathroom, weigh yourself, take a shit, weigh yourself again. Fun for all.
Yeah.
How many pounds have you been excreting?
I don't know, but I've lost 2 pounds in the past 3 days.
After you shit?
The last time I took a crap, so it's
What's that?
Said after you took a shit, you lost 2 pounds?
Well,
I digress. Why don't you guys, talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I got to go pee and get another beer, but I'll be back. I swear to God, I'll be back. I got to go pee. I got to get a beer. All right?
There you go.
You'll stay here when I come. I'm going to put my headphones down, okay? All right?
Do it.
Yo, I like the way you did that screen up, okay? Anyway.
There you go. There you go. Oh, apparently he's wearing firearms. That's the whole thing is there.
Oh, yeah. He likes his boomsticks, right?
That's hilarious.
So is my audio screwed up still? I still got to work this stuff out.
What happened?
I mean, can you hear me? Where's my mic screwing up still?
It's hanging up at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but you know, that's okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I figured he might have because I was looking at him like, oh, he's got the things. Well, that's probably firearms. But
yeah.
Hey, everyone here has a. You got to have a conversation.
Hobbies.
With that.
We have hobbies. Everybody has hobbies.
Yeah. And it's fucking hilarious. And it's interesting. I'm finding a lot that a lot of metalheads are very not independent or Republican or right sided. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm back.
What's happening?
Nothing. Did that scare you?
No.
It did not scare me. No, I knew what it was.
Okay.
Rob, we'll talk about that later too.
Yeah,
I'm one of those
definitely.
that I love everybody. We've had nothing but a great conversation.
Hey, Rob, you tripped me out when you said you know Palmetto firearms.
For the love of music.
I love PSA. Okay.
Dude, they're right out here, like 5 miles from my house, man.
PSA. Okay, the one thing that I got like my Molinabe flags here. This is my backdrop for when I do. When I did guitar videos on my YouTube. And like I do a Rickenbacker 4003. I just put that up, get 1,000 views. But I bought an M1 Garand from CMP. Okay. And I said, M1 Garand, CMP special rack. Just did like a little thing. Man, I got like fucking 1,800 views on it. I was like, what am I doing wrong? So it's like, I did my live stream Media Blackout Live with my transgender friend and my morbidly obese friend. We did this. We were doing the whole like Zoom thing, before everybody else was doing the whole Zoom thing. And I got like 30 views. Nobody cares. Nobody freaking cares. Yeah. So I was like, okay, so if I do a guitar video about a Rickenbacker, I'll get a lot of views. If I do a gun video about like an M1 Garand, and trust me, not all gun videos get the same views because I did one about the Ruger precision rifle because I love guns, okay? Yeah. After Primal Scream, let's get back in. Can we get back into my story since I'm the interviewee tonight?
Right.
Absolutely.
Is that a horrible thing to want to take? Because I'm having a great time with you guys. Learning about you guys is fascinating. Just to know there's other fucking freaks of nature out there like me. I mean, this actually makes me feel not so alone.
You're not alone.
Yeah, I mean, we basically, a big portion of the show is to, as a guy, you don't have a lot of places to necessarily feel comfortable to go.
Well,
they want to make you feel uncomfortable, whoever they, them is.
Right.
And it's like, okay, it's okay for guys to open up and be able to talk honestly, because if you're an artist or you believe in that or that's how you want to live, you have to be honest. But
the thing is, as a guy, here's the thing. Even like with like in my own band, and if Baldo's still watching this, he's going to shoot me a text message any second. At one of the first practices in this band that we're in called Flux Capacitor,
Great name.
It is, and there's so many bands with the name called Flux Capacitor.
Right.
We actually got letters of cease and desist to stop using the name from other bands called Flux Capacitor. I mean, we were playing Brewery Omegang here in Cooperstown, and this band Flux Capacitor said, "Yeah, it says that Flux Capacitor is playing Brewery Omegang, and we're not." And they were like, "No, they most certainly are." And it's like, well, it's not us. The thing is, you can't copyright a freaking name. That's the thing. Anyway, so one of my first practices with this band with Jason's friend Jay, we're in Jay Baldo's basement, and they didn't know me from anything. I'm an abrasive person, and that's all I can tell you. Is like I don't give a shit. I have no filter. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I am basically.
Right. And as you can tell, and that's what I like about you, man. You got no freaking filter. I got no. And as the more we drink, the more we get a little bit high, whatever, our filters go, and it's like, that's fine because that's on. So it's like one of the first practices with this band. And I'm sitting there and we were talking about REM because we were doing This Song Goes Out to the One I Love. Right. And I just said, Michael Snipes is a gay homosexual. And I was just trying to be Cartman from, Flux Capacitor, And I was just trying to be Cartman from South Park. But all of a sudden, our guitar player, Mark, and I love this guy, but he's just like one of those way overly sensitive leftist people,
Oh, no.
And I love the guy. I miss him to death. I miss playing with him because he's one of the best guitar players that I've ever played with. And I played with, like, the guys from Van Helsing. I played with Keith Alexander, and he was in Twisted Sister. I played with Spiro Soukis. I played with so many guys that you've never heard of, who are great. But Mark McLeod, I'm going to say his name, Mark fucking McLeod.
It's my boy. I love Mark.
Mark's fucking great, dude.
Yeah, dude.
But he got so offended when I went, Michael Snipes is a gay homosexual. And this was like really maybe the third time I met the guy. And he just looks at me and goes, hey, man, I'm gay. And the thing was.
He's not.
I know he's not, dude. I've met his fucking wife. I bring him goddamn vegetables out of my garden.
Kim.
Oh, she's beautiful. I love her.
Yeah.
But the thing was, and then I'm sitting there like, I didn't know whether to go, yeah, right? It's rocking out in by school. Well, I didn't know whether to go like, hey, man, where do you guys hang out? Because I haven't had a date in fucking years, And it's like, most people, when they say they're bisexual, it would double their chances of having a date on Saturday night. For me, it just doubles my chances of rejection. You know what I'm saying?
So, a lot of they're ugly.
Well, anyway, so me and Mark, I love Mark. He gave me.
Hey. By the way, the first car I ever owned was a late '70s no-name Les Paul copy that I bought him. He got me started.
Yeah, man, the guy is the best guitar player. Well, okay. I play with this guy, Kevin Harrington, too. And these two guys, I want to put them together in a band because they would be like Dave Murray and Adrian Smith in classic Iron Maiden. But it's like, Mark, I don't know what his problem is. Since the COVID thing started, he's like hiding under his bed, and I'm just like, oh my God. Anyway, so he started this. Meanwhile, nobody knows that 50% of like the chicks that I've dated in the last, say, 15 years have been transgender. Okay. I'll cop to it, baby. And everybody's like, damn, really? For real? That's true? Yeah, man, because you know what? When you find a chick who pays attention to you, okay, who like writes back on the internet, you don't drop that no matter what they got hiding out in their underpants. Trust me. And you don't have to go down there if you don't want to. That's it. Like at the end of that nuclear assault song, you don't have to listen if you don't want to fucking hear it. So it gets down to the point where you're trying to be, you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, so you got to stop feeling for yourself, Well,
you know what the great thing about being a metalhead is?
Tell me.
We don't care.
That's the thing, man. We don't. It's like everybody's like, metal is just white music. Let me tell you, if a black guy walked into Lamore's in 1987,
we don't care.
Nobody, he would get more drinks bought for him than fucking Vito Bratta from White Lion.
We don't care.
That's exactly the thing. We don't give a shit. But the thing is, you give a shit so little, you can't even make fun of the fact that you don't give a shit.
And the weird thing is, like, our generation basically fought for the rights that people are enjoying now, and then they're trying to punish us for. No,
absolutely,
we don't care. That's why we're not saying anything.
Absolutely.
If you're able to get on CNN, all the networks around the world, and say you don't have representation, that's false, because you are on all the networks.
Well,
And that's great that you're able to speak your word. Period.
CNN's a bunch of bullshit.
Whatever it is, like, put whatever alphabet bullshit on there.
Right. CNN, fucking.
It doesn't matter
Fox
what
News.
side it's from. It same yada 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 yada.
Oh my God, I'm writing a porno parody of Fox News. We're calling it Fox News. And it's
in my book Reboot Jesus, which is coming out for Easter.
Reboot
now.
Jesus.
Yes,
Definitely.
we have Fox
Definitely.
News, PHUX News out of Phoenix.
Really?
Because those are a bunch of fucks.
Well, the thing that I learned was in my life, okay, be totally serious.
Yeah.
My thing that I've learned in life is you gotta be nice to everybody. You know why? Because if you're nice to everybody, it increases your chances of getting a blowjob. That's all that matters.
It's all about.
It's all about the blowjobs, baby. It's all about the bass, about the bass, about the bass. No treble. No, it's all about the BJs, baby. God damn it, I haven't had a blowjob in so fucking long. I watched that episode of South Park last night. The one where Randy takes Sharon to the musical, and it's like, would you like a blowjob? Oh, yeah, I would like a blowjob. Would you like a blowjob on football Sunday? Those guys are brilliant. They push the envelope. The thing is, 80s metal would not happen. It would not have happened if it was trying to happen right now. So,
and here's the whole thing that's funny, because if people do see this, they may get a wrong impression because of your background and yada yada. And you just admitted to dating. No, all I'm saying is, like, here's how weird the world is.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will never take the fact that you said that you date trans people with the backdrop that you have.
Trans women. I don't date trans people. I don't date trans men. I only date women.
I don't want to say it wrong. So
right. Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
No disrespect intended.
No, that's cool.
But what I'm saying is, it's not about disrespect.
Right.
It's about the respect of having a conversation. So a lot of people are going to miss that whole entire point.
Right.
Of everyone, we don't fucking care.
Right. Well, I got to tell you.
It's not that we don't care. We just don't give a shit because it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, and well, Jason, your best friend Jay there, right? He breaks my balls all the time because everybody thinks I'm this massive Trump supporter. I don't like Trump. I'm a libertarian, which is like the complete. I believe everybody should be wearing 2 Glocks and double shoulder holsters at all times. Yeah. Okay.
I would say 2 CZs because I'm not a Glock fan, but hey, whatever you like, you know what I mean?
Well, it's the thing I don't like about the CZs is the proprietary magazines. The other thing is the mags from the Glocks fit onto my Ruger PC9, also my PSA 9, AR9. So it's like Glock mags are just like universally accepted everywhere, and I just want to be universally accepted everywhere. Now the thing is, there is so little love in this world, okay? So little love in this world. Well, if you can find somebody to love you, do you really give a fuck what's inside their underpants? Because at this point, I don't. Now, the thing is, I like chicks. Now, would I run around with some man who has a vagina? No, because I'm not into guys' bodies. So genitalia is not all that important to me because at this point, how much time do you spend involved with somebody else's genitalia? You probably spend more time having coffee with them, right? Am I right?
At our age, you don't spend too much time when the
right, exactly. None. Oh my God, really? Believe me. Once you've had,
wait, hold on. I just got a text from Jason's girlfriend. Hold on.
I got. Baldo
Sheep
Bella
and
told me
people,
fuck
people.
both goat fuckers. That's what Bella told me. But anyway, well, you know we love you. I hope you're still watching this, mother. His wife probably
Yeah.
made him go to bed like fucking 20
Oh
years
yeah,
ago.
yeah. He's got a 9 o'clock bedtime. Probably,
I'm sure she let him stay up for this one. You know, and like they're the nicest couple. Their kids are gorgeous. I love them. It's like that's the family I wish I could have had. But the thing is, a person like me is never gonna know that.
Right.
You know, that's the thing. It's like Ozzy. The one thing that Ozzy wrote that is like been engraved in my heart and my soul and my life is happiness I cannot feel and love to me is so unreal. That's just my thing. Right, shut on. You know, happiness I cannot feel and love to me is so unreal. But the thing is, like, when you're the jobs I had. Now, the thing is, after I got out of Primal Scream, okay, let's get the train of thought rolling back onto the track. We're putting this. We just went into that big round thing that like used to turn the trains around. Remember that in the old days, the roundhouse thing. Okay, this is where the train of thought gets rounded back. Okay, so now I'm in Primal Scream. I'm hanging out with Keith Alexander from Carnivore. And at the time in Brooklyn, Keith Alexander from Carnivore was the biggest thing you could be dealing with. Nobody would touch Keith. No one. Because at the time, Keith had such a volatile personality. One, because he was doing way too much fucking... Well, he's drinking way too much. The guy was only like 21, maybe 22 years old. I was 18. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the whole story. V, I don't want to make you fall asleep on this, but this is the fucking guts of the story. Keith had a big, you got to understand, this was a 21-year-old kid. All right? I was an 18-year-old kid. We're 50-year-old guys now.
Right.
Okay? Can you imagine, think about when you were 18 years old. You know, what is going on? We wanted to do it. We wanted to say we were somebody. We had to be somebody. Keith had something to prove to Peter Steele, who went on to become Peter Steele from Typo Negative.
Right.
Okay? Became the biggest band in the world. One of the biggest bands in the world. At one point, I would say they were bigger than Metallica, wouldn't you, Jason?
Yeah, they were badass, man. I love
There
them.
it is. That's fucking great. There's Keith, there's Peter, there's Louis Beto, the post-apocalyptic nuclear warriors. And the thing was, in that picture, right over Keith's shoulder, that little bump, that was me with a fucking sniper rifle. Okay? That was me with a fucking sniper rifle. The thing was, at that point, I was still a little mama's boy, tied to my mama's apron strings. Okay? And fucking Keith would get so goddamn drunk, you know, and he would, I'm talking like blackout drunk, and he would take out the shit that happened between him and Peter on me. And that's why I ended up going to Von Helsing. You know, I still love Keith because I understand why he did what he did, and he understood what he did to me. Right before he died, we were emailing each other, and we're like, yeah, we're going to get back together. It's going to be the 20-year anniversary of this. Keith died in 2005. So we started a band in 1986. It was going to be 20 years.
Wow.
And then he fucking hits his head on a goddamn I-beam riding his bike down Shore Parkway, fucking not wearing a helmet, smacks his head wide open. There's Keith. God, I love Keith. Look at the fucking bodies on these guys. They weren't muscle bound. They were warriors. They were fucking Vikings. Yes, exactly. Well, you know, I got a funny story about Manowar too. Okay? Carnivore was playing at Lamore's. This is a real funny story, okay? You got to listen to this one. Don't interrupt me. So the guys from Disciple, which was Bob Heinrich from... Yeah, I know. I keep doing that, right? I keep doing that. Yeah, I know. I'm annoying. I got to stop doing this shit. But, okay, I'm going to look right in my camera. I'm not going to look at you guys because you're over here. Jason's taking a big fucking drink. So Carnivore was winning the Battle of the Bands at Lamore's. Ross the Boss shows up.
Ross the boss, man.
Right. Now, Disciple was the winner of the original Battle of Bands. Carnivore won the second Battle of the Bands at Lamore's. So, Disciple was there. Ross the Boss was standing at the fucking bar of Lamore's, and the guys from Disciple pissed all over Ross the Boss's legs.
You shitting me.
I'm not shitting you. That's a true story, man. The band who pissed on fucking Manowar, as Bobby Heinrich put it. So anyway, that's, Manowar.
Hey.
I opened for them. What, Jason?
I was gonna say a story about seeing Metallica when Johnny Z brought him in before signing him to Megafor, before anybody knew who the fuck they were.
Oh my God, Raven, Anthrax, and Metallica. Well, Raven, I saw at I stood outside of the Brooklyn Zoo because I wasn't quite old enough to get in. But fucking Raven, Anthrax, and Metallica at Roseland was just fucking chaos and mayhem. I was there. It was a religious experience. And, dude, for a guy who cut his teeth on fucking, Saxon and Talus and every other goddamn band you could think of.
Billy Sheehan, baby.
Yeah. The first time I went to Lamore's, I went to see Talus because I was a bass player. I read about Billy Sheehan in Guitar Player magazine. There was a little column about him in Mike Varney's column. Mike Varney, he was the guy from whatchamacallit.
Metal Bid.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And sink your teeth into this. Kenny Creedy, a matter of fact, I still have his copy of Sink Your Teeth. Actually, my friend John Cunningham owns it now. I still have the copy that I got from Kenny Creedy.
Wait, Varney, wasn't that Shrapnel? Varney was Shrapnel, right?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, one of them.
It was Relativity Records that Talus was on, and Kenny Creedy gave me that album, and I sat there and I tried to learn all the. And when I had a Kaler Trem on my precision bass that I put on myself, and
that was the reply. I have no idea what the fuck that means.
What?
Exactly. Somebody's doing something here. I don't know. That's a YouTube? Somebody gave you a fucking super chat, dude.
Where?
Oh no, maybe they didn't. Oh no, it's somebody just gave you a chat. Well, dude, when you only got 3 subscribers or 12 subscribers,
Rob,
somebody leaves you a comment. That's a great thing. Dude,
help us, Rob. Help us.
Complaining. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell it means.
You know what, guys? This could be the most interesting show. If you want to, you know what, V? If you want to talk about fucking, I know. If you want to talk about Yellowstone, I got a friend on LD's channel who will talk to you all day long about Yellowstone.
Rob, listen, no bullshit. If you got them guests for us, throw away, man. We're up. We're open. All
right. Hey, Jason, can you look up a song called "Instruments of Destruction" from the Transformers movie 1986? I'll tell you a story about that. All right. Look it up. You're in the control room. This was a band called NRG, right?
Oh yeah.
Remember them?
Yep, NRG, absolutely.
Yeah, I found. You know what's so funny? I was on LD's Discord, and one of the guys, his name is like GGSM. I don't know. It's like the alphanumeric code for like Master Chief or some type of Gundam or something like that. But anyway, because everybody uses an alias. He put up a bunch of stuff from the Transformers, the '86 movie. Yeah. And I was like, it's so funny because I played with Ernie Burns. His real name is like Ernie Padalangio or something, or Padalangio or something like that. Anyway, I started looking. I found a Discord, Discog page, and I ordered the CD, and I just put in the instruction, Ernie, it's Rob, Graham. I played with you and Scott DuBois, a guy named Leo. And I practiced for you until Dave the B Spitz.
Danny Spitz's brother. Play with Black Sabbath on seventh. Or no. What was it?
No, it was on, as I call it, Tony Iommi's BS.
Okay. Yeah, but you know what? But I will still say, No Stranger Love, the tune on that album. I fucking love that tune.
Dave Dave's a great guy, but they needed somebody just to show up and play bass. Now, the thing that everybody knows about me, which probably most people don't know about me, but everybody who's ever played with me knows about me, is I actually learned songs. That's my one thing that everybody knows about me is like, here's the set list, go learn it. Okay, a week later, I know everything.
7 Star was the album he was on.
Okay, I guess. Anyway, I got the album NRG, and Ernie sent me actually another disc of like it had Magic Marker written on it. He sent me a second disc of like the newer stuff that he's doing in the demo stuff. So Ernie remembered me, and you should have Ernie on the show. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write to him and tell him he should be on this show because
absolutely, because hey, we are the #4 comedy interview show in Senegal, Africa.
Yeah, dude, huge on the West Coast.
Yeah, we are. So let's review. We're in the United States, Germany, Ukraine, Canada, France, United Kingdom, Australia, Senegal, Netherlands, Israel, Dominican Republic, India, Italy, Spain, Norway, Portugal, South Korea, Rwanda, Belgium, Nigeria, Estonia, Albania, Indonesia, and Mexico.
Hey, Rob.
And that's just internationally, folks. So on the podcast side, we're it's bigger than the YouTube side.
Rob.
What, baby?
Hey, Dave died, didn't he? Didn't he pass away a couple years ago?
What's
Your
that?
ball said what?
Dave Spitz.
He passed away? No, I think he's a lawyer in Florida, actually.
I thought he passed. I thought I read that he passed away, but we'll have to...
Well, I'm going to look it up right now because I don't think Dave Spitz died. No, Crepe Spitz. That's Crepe Spitz. No.
What's the largest shit a human has made?
Dave Spitz was born
Jason
February
Clark.
22nd. No, Dave didn't die. Born February 22nd, 1958, is an American musician best known for having played bass guitar for... Okay, it's loading up on my phone because, oh my God. Best for heavy metal group Black Sabbath from 1985-97, appearing on the album 7 Star, and being credited for, but not playing on, The Eternal Idol. Dave also helped discover Rave Gillen vocally. And there's a picture. And you know what? Fucking Dave showed up and I was there. And I guess he heard some of the little cassette demos that we were recording in the studio.
Yeah.
And he just said to me, he says, "Oh, I'm glad you didn't steal my job." And I was just like, duh. Because he'd already been in White Lion.
Really?
Before he joined Black Sabbath. Yeah.
I didn't know he was in White Lion.
He was in White Lion, and then he went to Sabbath, and then he came back in NRG. And the thing was, NRG wasn't NRG because NRG was just a studio band.
Yeah.
And Scott Du Bois. Okay, so can I tell you who Scott Du Bois was? Can you look him up there, Jason? Look up Scott Du Bois. Encyclopedia Metallum. Something like that. Scott Du Bois was the drummer. Scott played with Cities. He played with Nuclear Assault. He played with Von Helsing, actually, where I met him. And he did some of his best drum work ever in Von Helsing. Scott's a great guy, even though, technically we don't love each other. Me and Scott love each other. Maybe he doesn't love me, but I love him. We've had, last time I saw Scott, he was playing with his wife. I stayed at his house, so fuck that. Anybody who says me and Scott Du Bois don't fucking love NRG, there you go. Put up Instruments of Destruction. Can you play some fucking audio on this live stream?
Not on the fly.
Okay, well, it's not like we're gonna get demonetized, right?
Easy now. Easy. You're gonna hurt our feelings, man.
Dude, I'm not here to hurt your feelings. I'm here to fucking kick you in the balls until you do something. Because you guys got the greatest. Here's 3 beard enthusiasts, right?
Yeah.
I watched your one live stream. You're talking to the other guy, Rob, and he was pretty charming. It's like
Rob Armstrong.
What?
Yeah. So basically, Jason and Rob, the other guy, were my college roommates.
Yeah.
So what do you need for any type of background?
Bring Rob in, and I'm sure I could bounce off of Rob too.
Yeah.
The thing is, you gotta have. You can't be sitting here talking about goddamn Yellowstone.
Absolutely.
I I actually took a bath and I got dressed and I combed my hair, and you guys are talking about Yellowstone, and I'm like, okay, I've never watched this show, but I know everything there is to know about this show just from seeing what I've seen on the commercials on TV and the coming attraction shit.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't have to watch that show anymore because you guys in 2 hours described the entire show. So like, fucking, you know what?
Right. So here you are. That's exactly what. If you don't want to watch the fucking show, it's a spoiled review. So here we are as 50-year-old guys going, hey,
Right.
you don't want to watch a show? You want to know what the fuck your wife's talking about? Spend 2 hours. You got 4 fucking seasons explained. You don't got to worry about whatever. You talk about Beth. Give a wink. Blowjob. Hallelujah. Thank you very much. Fuck off.
I love the echo because that just sounded like the.
You know what I
voice
mean?
of God.
That's what it's all about, right?
No, but the thing is, yeah, I don't have a wife, but you just explained it perfectly. If you want to know what your wife is talking about,
Yeah.
I don't have a wife.
We're here for a fucking service. I don't have a wife, but I fucking know that.
Hey, listen.
watch the show. Here it is. This is why this is da da da. Baba de ba. Fucking blowjob. Thank you.
And Rob, until the big rock stars are beating our damn door down, and we got to talk about something every week.
Blowjob, thank you. Fuck yeah! Oh my God! I think I just shit my pants a little bit. I think I just shit myself a little bit. Oh my God!
I had a beer again. I mean,
Duh.
I still got another 5 of them in the freezer.
Oh, you like the show?
Trust
Here you
me.
go.
No, this is great. This is the most fun I've had. Yeah, this is
Dude,
like
it's
hanging
like,
out
oh,
at the
you want to
bar.
watch 4 fucking seasons of this fucking show that I watched so I can do it on my podcast? Here you go. I save you 40 fucking hours. You watch 2.5. Fuck off. Goodbye. Blowjob. Thank you.
I
Simple.
can actually hear
It's
him
fucking
ping.
math, dude.
I can actually hear him ping. That's what's great about this podcast. You know,
Absolutely.
on my
We
original
can hear
media-
you pee.
Yeah, we can hear you ping. So hey, what I want to know is okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why did you start this podcast? Why did you do it? What was your initial motivation to do something like this?
Okay. Originally,
Yeah.
I had wanted to do a podcast, and the day I was going to go to New York to go to the Native American Music Awards and interview Wes Studi, because he was going to get a honorary Oscar for portrayal of Native American, yada yada. My buddy Rob, my buddy Leon. I'm also First Nation Canadian, Huron, but
Hey, buddy.
so that's basically what was going on. And so I go outside, and I'm about to leave for New York, and my fucking belt is laying on the fucking ground. And it's the day before Halloween. There's no fucking way.
And where was your penis at this time?
In Jason's mother, Yvonne. I'm totally kidding. So anyway. So I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to go.
Okay.
So the next thing you know, I wind up getting this uncontrollable, and I wasn't feeling well. And this is November 1, 2019. Wasn't feeling well. Had a cough, blah, 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 blah. And basically I wound up bleeding from my nasal cavity. And I was one of the first people to get Corona-19 back then in November of 19.
Okay.
So basically, I almost bled out. I was in the hospital a couple of times, spent a week in there, yada, yada, yada. You know, and then 2 weeks into the lockdown, my brother committed suicide, partially due to PTSD and the...
Sorry to hear that.
Thanks, brother. And as well as, you know, all the bullshit that was going around, the fear that was being injected, he subscribed to that. And, you know, it took me a while to be funny to feel funny or to feel the ability to be funny for a while. And, you know, people like Jason and Rob and Leon and everyone who's been on the show were, you know, my lifelong friends, my support mechanisms that was enabled me to operate.
Yeah.
Just on a daily thing. So, you know, now, you know, like here we are. Okay, so it's okay if you're a guy because we're told we're brought up if you're a man, you don't complain. There's nothing wrong.
Never cry.
Then that's wrong, and people should, you know, it's okay if you're a guy. Don't feel whatever your feelings are, man. They're valid.
Yeah.
So you should have the ability to tell them, and just because you have a penis and not a vagina, and you're not just with them, you should be, you know, it's so weird. There's things going on where if you're a white male, you are not subscribed. There's no way you can participate in that activity, whatever it is. That's totally bizarre to me. What does it matter? Who you are, whenever you are. That doesn't make sense.
No, you know, and that's the thing. It's like we've been emasculated. You know what I mean? It's like this emasculation, and I don't know. It's just so fucked up.
Jason, what he means by emasculating is like when I would put my balls on your forehead.
No, that's actually called teabagging, which is totally fine if you're in the infantry. Okay.
And that's another thing that people are missing, like the ability to give their friends shit and live in.
Right.
You know.
But it's also like you can go from this totally heavy thing where like somebody's totally like listening to you and grooving on you. And it's like, wow, this is getting like so heavy and real. And I totally understand where you're coming from, and I dig you, man. I dig you. Yeah. But it's like, you know what? Fucking what's getting this introspective shit gonna do from us? You know, except to prove to some stupid fuckhead, you know, that fucking
we're looking at the surface. That's all I'm saying.
You know, that's all they're doing. It's like, oh, fuck that. You know what?
Jesus,
fuck
shut
that,
the
man.
Fuck up already, people.
Really? It's like, I don't know. You know, yeah, I had so many friends fucking like.
And I mean,
shut
the fuck up in the sense that I believe everyone should be able to say what they say, but Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up.
But like, you know, like Butchie from Van Helsing. That guy, he was one of the most sensitive people I ever met.
Sure.
That's why he lost his shit, right?
Right, exactly. And that's why I like worry about kids like my son. My son's mother took him when he was 5 freaking months old and moved in with her stepbrother. That's a fucked up story, you know? And my kid, he went through years and years of like serial boyfriends. You know, his mother would live with one guy and then the next guy and then the fucking next guy. You know, and I don't want to get too Fight Clubby into this, but, you know, and I wasn't, thank God. You know what I mean? No, I mean, it's...
No, I get it. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to get too Fight Club in it. We're a generation of men who were raised by fucking crazy women.
Bob, I love you. I love you, man. Hey, you gotta come to South Carolina and fucking hang out with me, dude.
No, we're going to PSA. I'm gonna fucking we're gonna go shoot. We're gonna fucking, dude, man. You know what? I'm a libertarian, okay? If you want to be gay, be gay. Be fucking as gay as you want to fucking be.
I think I'll ask, but it's just not my thing.
Be who you are, whatever. Just tell me. I don't care who you are, what you're doing, what your job is. I've never asked anyone in my fucking life, what do you do for a living? I don't fucking care.
It's not that. It's like, you know, fucking, you got all these leftists.
Who cares?
Well, I know. Who cares? But they want to tell me I shouldn't carry a fucking gun? And I'm like, you know what? Who needs personal protection more than fucking gay LGBT people? Because the entire world hates I don't have my rainbow flag sitting here. I got my Molan Abe.
Come take it, Rob.
Come and take it. come and take it. You know what? Come and fucking take it. But you know what? Anybody fucks with one of my queer friends, they're going to go down, shot down in a blaze of glory, because you know what? We're tired of taking this shit. But the other thing is, I'm tired of taking this shit from the fucking leftists, from the purple-haired goddamn, social justice warriors like, oh, you shouldn't have a gun. I go, you know who the first people the communists are going to kill when they take over? Is you purple-haired little fucking transgender person. It's a matter of self-preservation. That's
Did you ever see the movie Step Brothers?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
So, did we just become best friends?
Well, I don't know if we did, but, fucking the thing is, you guys ain't gonna judge me.
Hey, Jason, you ever see any porno when anyone gets fucked in the ass? This is this podcast.
There's nothing. Guys, seriously, and this goes out to you, Jay Baldo, even though I never wanted to do it to you. Never wanted to do it to you or anybody in any band that I've ever played in.
But,
I don't want to fuck anyone.
The main thing that disturbs me in this climate that's going on.
What's that, buddy?
Dude, be funny. Absolutely.
Right.
It doesn't matter what people say. Don't hold them account. Don't destroy their lives or their views or whatever they find funny or ignorant or.
Right.
We're all just passing through, man.
Everyone needs.
We're just passing through.
Right. Well,
you know what I mean?
You know what? You should be held accountable for your actions.
Yeah.
Okay, but
okay.
If you're making a friggin' joke, Dave Chappelle, it's like his best friend, one of his best friends, was a trans woman, and what happens is they all go after him.
Travesty, dude. You know what? You should come on every other week and fucking bitch about what we do.
Anytime you want.
Want to do it? You want to do it?
You guys are on here talking about
Saturday night. I have nothing to do unless I'm playing a show.
Yeah.
Okay. Matter of fact, I have nothing to do anytime.
Fucking hilarious.
I got
fucking market. Bob Graham. Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, it's about honesty, and that's once you've given the best you have to offer, all that's left is your honesty.
And here's the whole thing.
Saying?
Everyone that knows me, within 5 minutes, they tell me their life story, and I'm cool with it because they trust me. And if you can't be honest, shut the fuck up.
Right.
And right now, we need an audience of people who are willing to be honest, not cowering to what is politically correct to say, because a lot of things are going wrong right now and someone needs to identify them. And it's not a party thing. It's a societal issue.
It's the end of society.
Oh my God. People are totally freaked out. I'm there is a thing called mass psychosis. And I've been talking about
it's real.
For a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's real.
It's a real thing.
And
people are you can't talk about blah, 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 blah.
Can you guys talk about it amongst yourself? I gotta go pee and get another beer, but I'll be right back.
Do it, brother.
Segment number 3. I got it. I'll be right. I love you guys,
Absolutely.
baby. That's right.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna dump my
figure out how to
ass.
do this here. There you go.
No, just leave the stream running. I'll be right back.
He said, leave the stream running.
I'm gonna take my headphones off for a second, go pee, and I'll be right back with a fresh beer. Hold on.
Absolutely.
You guys talk amongst yourselves.
We'll do it.
I'll give you a topic. An egg noodle is neither an egg nor a noodle. Discuss.
Absolutely. But holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
So this will either be our last podcast
or best. I was thinking the same thing.
People from fucking Blabbermouth because they fucking dude, that was fucking hilarious.
Dude, this guy love this guy, man.
All I want is honesty, man. All I want is honesty.
Oh, you got it. You got it today, brother.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
I can't see you. Where are you? There.
You know, I'm like, okay, he's on. He's, you know. But
I went recharge. Oh, this is either gonna shoot us to the top or it's gonna kill us. I don't know which.
right. Okay,
But dude, I'm gonna tell you, I love it.
For people watching this now in the future from Blabbermouth, dude, so funny.
Dude, I love this guy, and I want more.
Yeah,
I want more of him.
Is what we're after. There's no judgment here, and fucking rock on. And
Dude,
thank you everyone for being a metal fan. And
hey V, for me, best show ever. I'm just saying. I'm just loving it. I'm having so much fucking fun with this guy.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
And if this is the best show ever, you can thank me later.
Right? Todd Latore, your challenge.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so as I was saying, after I took that watermelon out of your mom's ass, Jason, and she turned to your brother and she said, "What?" Sorry.
Hey Rob.
That's the thing,
Yvonne, I know I love
Rob.
What, baby?
I'm gonna shift gears here. I want to because me and you are the same. I want to talk gear, baby.
All right, gear. Let's go.
What is your desert island bass?
If it was set up and working perfectly, it would be my Alembic Epic 5-string. Alembic Epic 5-string.
Oh, yeah,
Find a picture of it.
That's some deal there, but
yeah, well, that's the one I used when I first joined Flux Capacitor.
yeah.
Unfortunately, alembics are very touchy. It's like, if I can quote Sviska from Metalocalypse, Sviska Squiggle from Death Clock. Have you ever seen that one?
Oh yeah.
Alembic Epic basses is like Lady on her period.
Right.
Very touchy. So right now, my favorite bass is my Music Man 5, Stingray 5, and that's my Stingray 5. That's it's in my car. It's been in my car since I've got it. Neck and the truss rod's easy to tweak. So when the weather changes and it bows, you just tweak it one way or the other with you just put a rod
Flattens out.
Yeah, and fucking you just adjust the fucking bow and it's perfect. So
yeah
that's the Epic. Yeah, definitely. Mine's pretty much like that. It's pretty much the same. I have a 4-string version of it too that I did a video of, and that's like my John Entwistle bass. That's like my bass. Like when I'm like trying to be a super artist, I have to bring it to Tom Lieber from Lieber Guitars, Fly Creek, New York. If Lieber Guitars, maybe we'll interview Tom Lieber one day.
Yeah, right. If he wants to come, absolutely.
Yeah, he would, because he'd probably be willing to do anything to promote his guitar business at this point.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Well, he made Jerry Garcia's guitar.
No shit. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm getting a lot of latency on you, Jason.
Yeah, I've been I'm working on my internet connection.
Yeah.
But Monday I got some cabling coming in that should hopefully fix it. But
that's cool. It's not like it's a fucking problem. It's not like it's affecting the emotion of this show, because that's what's important right now is the feeling. It's the emotion, you know. And it's like on that's why I love recording on 2-inch tape.
Yeah,
there's no undo button. Okay.
Yep.
There's none of that shit. That's really that's exactly what my bass looks like. But right now I'm using a Music Man Stingray 5.
Okay.
I bought it for myself as a retirement present, along with my Mesa Boogie stacks.
Yeah.
And I've never needed my Mesa Boogie stacks ever. But I mean, if I ever need to go on tour with Ozzy Osbourne, I'm ready. If I ever need to, what?
Are you a 5-string guy? I mean, you play fives mostly, or you're a 4-string dude?
I've been playing 5-string, it took me a long time to get into 5-string.
Right.
What happened was, you know, after Primal, after Von Helsing, you know, I joined the Army. All right.
Oh, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I joined the government, and I went through a lot of shit with all that, and I don't want to talk about that. I mean, maybe one day, but not right now. And I got back into playing when I got with my friend Rich from Vermont, but not really until I got into the phone company. I joined the Bell Atlantic, and I started playing with my union president, Mike Gary, and you know, but the thing was, at that point, it was like such a fucking thing with me because nobody believed anything. They're like, "Yeah, you're full of shit. You never played with Peter Steele or Keith Alexander," you know. And I was like, so then I had to prove myself to everybody. Like, no, I'm somebody real.
Yeah, dude, I know that. I mean, you know, I talk about this, the recording shit I did, and people were like, really? But you're a fucking truck driver. You'd be bullshit, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, you're nobody. You're the Verizon guy. I was Verizon Bob for years, and I was like, yeah, fuck you, suck my dick. Yeah, what are they? I fucked your mother in the ass many times, and she liked it. How's that for being a psychopath? So, you know.
Well, to be fair, she wanted marbles shoved in there first.
No, those were anal beads. They weren't marbles. They were anal beads. And so not to digress.
Attached.
Not to digress too far, but you know, in the early 2000s, it was like, okay, well, Typo Negative was still, you know, so it's like my entire world hinged upon the part of the thing that, like, yeah, I knew Peter Steele, and it's like, you know what? Fuck that. Peter Steele knew me. Okay, Peter would have never been there if it hadn't been for me. Right. Okay, I was there when they did their first fucking photo shoots. You know what I'm saying? Flux capacitor, yeah, fuck that. You know, and I mean, playing with those guys was great. You know, I played for my biggest audience since 1987 when we did yeah, you know, more rock capital Brooklyn. I mean, I played for my biggest audience ever when Flux Capacitor played at Omegang, you know. There was 3,000 people there.
The brewery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I mean, I play with my other band, Atomic Rewind, who's a great band. I mean, musically, we're the best band that I've ever played with. Kevin Harrington, can I just give a shout out to every member in my band?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. I'll chop this down later. Kevin Harrington on guitar. Okay. Toby Wilcox on keyboards. He's the whitest guy I know.
The white guy.
Whitest guy I know. Rob Lipari.
But does he have soul, man? Does he have soul?
Absolutely not.
No?
No. He's the whitest guy I know. I love him. And that's why
he plays keyboards?
Yes.
You got a white guy with no soul playing keyboards. I don't know. You're not selling it well, man. I don't know.
He's got an 11.5-inch long penis, though. Okay, so.
Well, I think he's in the wrong business. Maybe the music is
I
business
know.
for him.
His wife told me that.
Now.
I know.
They saw the joke. They saw
Emily Tabor DeSantis.
They saw Jason spitting after it came.
Emily DeSantis Tabor. There's videos on my channel here, so when you put this up on your YouTube, just put a link down to my channel. I don't know how many videos I got up, and I don't have that. I only got I just checked. I got 414 subscribers, which I'm like, how'd that happen? You know, I mean, completely by accident. I just did this because I wanted to put videos out for my son. So, like, you know, just to give him lessons on like shit that I couldn't teach him because I wasn't there, because his mother took him away from me when he was 5 months old and moved in with her stepbrother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of emotional damage over here, if you guys can tell, you know. But this is part of healing. That's what this show is. This is healing, man. I can talk about shit.
I had thought about that, but I appreciate that.
Come on, pour it out.
Well, I'm not a shrimp, but I play one on YouTube.
Well, guys, I'm an alcoholic. I'm a professional. I can handle a lot of fucking booze, okay? This bottle of shit and a fucking, 6-pack of Labatt's Blue, that's for me was getting warmed up to go out.
Rob, you're in safe territory here, brother.
You are talking to a party legend.
Rob,
Yes, we are.
If you,
I don't miss it.
knew.
I don't miss a day, my.
Yeah.
This beer is at the perfect temperature right now. It's what time is it? It's 12:40.
Fucking take it.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Rob, drink up.
No. I just want to know how long it took. It's 12:42. I put these beers in the freezer. My freezer's fucked up though. My refrigerator's fucked up. Anyway, now they're the perfect temperature. You guys are the perfect temperature for me.
Hey,
This is a great thing, man. If I could do this like every fucking week,
you want to? You want to?
I would love to because so far what I can tell is this is a lot more interesting than the last fucking video I was watching. Talking about Yellowstone. I mean,
Hey, V, he's busting our balls on the Yellowstone,
Right.
man.
well, this is
He's not letting me. He's like a fucking Rottweiler, man.
It's hilarious.
This is like if
three
you
guys
put-
on the internet right now, like totally fucking just coming on his forehead.
Right. Hey, Rob.
what, baby?
They're like, yeah, we're with you, man.
Hey,
Hey, chill.
hey. Hey, I don't know if I love him or hate him, man. I'm just gonna wait and
Here's
see.
the thing:
Well, Maiden.
being able to be friend. Why are there these boundaries set upon friendship? You know what I mean? That's bullshit. People would look at your background, Jason. Your background.
Which background?
Some fucking country fuck from fucking Oregon who fucking wants, I burned down my cities when I fucking complain about shit. And then like you go down to Robbie and he's like, okay, his background's kind of like, da, 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 da.
Right, I am Darth fucking Vader, dude. You know that. Right? I am. I'm
Yeah,
fucking Darth Vader.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, none of it is fucking real.
Hey,
Well, it's all real. That's the
we're just
thing.
passing through.
It's
That's
all
fucking so
fucking
funny.
real.
People are like so uptight that like we can have this conversation.
I want to go like
And
this.
that
Like,
in
do you
itself
know?
is-
Do you know that you're gonna die? You're gonna die
Okay,
soon.
all right, man.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Talk
You're
to me
gonna
about
be
anything you
okay.
want. See, I got a bigger tolerance of fucking booze than either of you guys, so I
Hey,
can go on here for fucking
hey.
ever.
Rob,
What, baby?
No, I haven't.
now you're pissing on my leg, man.
I was not able to eat today.
Why not?
Why? Because I do a double today, and
Oh,
I
well,
go
that's
right back here and do this one. And usually, when it's an audio thing, it
You
doesn't
want burrito
matter.
from
but,
Taco Bell?
You know,
Hey, what the moral to this story is everyone's got a story, and that's what I loved.
That's
when
hey,
Jason
dude. Our
called me-
show, dude. That's our show.
absolutely. Tell us,
Everybody.
Jason.
When Jason called me out of the blue, well, not really out of the blue, because Baldo fucking gave me a warning about it, right?
Right.
And I was like, cool. And I talked to Jason for like, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes.
An hour.
Okay, about an hour. Okay, yeah, it's cool. And it was like, you know what? I could relate to him. But the thing was, I knew him through Jay, and fucking me and Baldo, have been through shit. Jay gives me shit all the time. I know when he's giving me shit.
He loves to you shit.
Oh my god! But the thing is, every time he gives me shit, I shoot his shit right down out of the fucking sky.
Here's the thing. Giving shit was a fucking apprenticeship.
Yeah, dude. It's a sign of affection.
When Jason was under my tutelage,
Mhm.
I'm like, son,
That's a great word, tutelage.
here's what's gonna happen. Everyone
Giving-
wants to bang your mom. and you're gonna fucking come up with some bullshit that's gonna fucking make him double think the whole equation.
Hey, look,
Because
you only
Jason
shit to
was
the one
so
love.
innocent. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna protect you. I promised your mom. I'm like, Yvonne, I know. You know, talking to this guy is like talking to someone who's masturbating into their cell, and that's okay.
Hey, you got a camera in your bedroom, motherfucker.
What's that? No, dude, I love you.
But did you see me in the sock? That's what I'm confused about.
What happened? You masturbated in your sock? What?
All the time. I mean, did you see me?
Cotton.
Men loving men is the most beautiful thing that, like,
Dude,
Cotton,
it's a train. It's a train wreck, man.
Jason.
It is.
Like, yeah. You know.
Well, the thing
three heterosexual
No one
drunk
can
men is a
no
train
one
wreck.
will ever be able to masturbate.
heterosexual, speak for your fucking self, motherfucker. Okay.
Well,
Right.
I am speaking for myself, but hey, I love you anyway, Rob.
No one will ever
trust me,
be
I'm
able to mess with the situation with me and Jason because, you know.
If you ain't Blair White, I would never suck your dick. Trust me.
No, I'm just saying that I don't want to make you Bond in a bad position. That's all I'm saying. But, no.
Oh my god, I'm fucking with you guys so bad. It's like,
Dude, I'm about to hit my BL on my
Jason's
laptop.
mom,
Man.
Yvonne, is one of the coolest people. She was one of the after Steve Schwab in my life. Sir, I'm being serious.
this guy really loves your mother, dude.
Dude,
That's
I
cool.
love
Yeah, hey,
Cool.
Rob, thank you, thank you. I'm starting to get uncomfortable.
That's cool.
You know,
He must have been a
because,
wonderful
Jason
person.
was let loose in the in the wild.
No, you know what? My mother was a teacher at Brooklyn Tech, and
Yeah.
the leader of the Decepticons, which was a real Brooklyn gang,
Yeah.
remembered my mother before he got a cat melted in the back of his fucking head. Okay,
No,
so
Yvonne was like, "Hey, dude, this is fun." Yada yada yada. I'm like, "Yo, that's cool." I said, "I'm not here to be a problem. Here's what I want to do, and I'm not gonna let anyone fuck with them." She's like, "Okay."
I love the way this looks too, because I'm like looking up. It's like the Brady Bunch thing.
Right. Here's the story.
The fucking Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
No, well, okay. So, just to finish the long end of the story, right? Okay. Primal Scream, right, guys? Can we get back to
We're
that?
talking about him because I'm important.
No. Dude,
That's right. You're a guest. Go.
no. Well, that's the thing.
Dude, I'm fucking with you. I love you, man.
Do you understand what happened was?
Dude, how much Maker's Mark have you had today?
No, dude, I'm digging the interaction. It's all good.
Right. What ended up happening was I ended up interviewing you guys.
You did. You fucking did.
It's like, hey, if your balls are gonna be something hitting against the wall, might as well make it friendly.
Hey, Rob.
But anyway, that's what
Rob.
I told Baldo. What, baby?
Hey, have you had this much fucking fun all week?
No, I haven't. I haven't had this much fun fucking since the last time I did. Actually, since the second time I did Media Blackout Live. So yeah,
Right.
I haven't had
welcome.
this much fun with two actual male cis gender people.
All I'm saying, if they're against it, it's total non-cis.
Right. Well, that's true.
Non-cis. Why is that a bad thing? We want everyone to be totally cool with everyone.
Yeah, and that's the way the
Non-cis?
world should be.
It is non-cis.
Right, but the thing is, when they're not,
Fucking whatever.
right, but okay, dude, when they're not, that's why you need two Glocks in a shoulder holster. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually,
Or two CZs in
God
the shoulder
damn,
holster.
we're
CZs, like I said, they're proprietary magazines. You know, I was in a gun store the other day, and somebody asked me on LD's fucking thing, 3 guns. I said, if you gotta have 3 guns for the zombie apocalypse, you want an AR-15, one for ammunition and magazine compatibility.
Sure.
2, you want a Glock 19 for ammunition and magazine compatibility, and you want a Remington 870 or a Mossberg 500 shotgun for ammunition and parts compatibility. Okay? The thing is, fucking
Bullshit.
Is the world going to end soon? I don't know.
You want a PT-07 duty for shooter ergonomics.
I guess so, man. The thing is, man,
And
we've gotten so fucking wasted here, and we've proven one thing.
God
we've proven
damn it.
one thing.
Has someone been drinking?
Yeah.
and
Rob
you want
Graham-
Remington
I was
870
pointing
Express
right
with a slug barrel.
Right, exactly. And I got 2 of them. Trust me. I went through my inventory guns the other day, dude, and I'll share this with you guys offline because I don't want to do anything where, hey, everybody, I'm online and this is what I got. No, I don't want to do that. But I'm gonna come down there to South Carolina. We're gonna do a PSA. We're gonna put some shit together.
5 miles out, brother. Come down. I'll give you the grand tour.
Well, guys, it's now 1:00. What time did we start this? At 10?
Who cares?
I'll keep going.
What are
Hey,
you looking at the clock? What are you, some kind of fucking...
What are you fucking hot, Rob? What are you fucking pissing at him?
Nope, I will not. I will not stop. I will not stop until I run.
Hey,
You
Rob,
will not
Rob,
stop, sir.
But
You will not surrender.
I got up for work at 2 a.m. yesterday, and I'm still heading. Are you fucking tired, Rob?
Is that people don't understand that if we were in the same room, this would be totally fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, no! If we were in a bar right now, we'd be getting thrown out on our ass.
Yeah.
On the
Shut
cops.
the fuck
Are you
up.
kidding me?
Blah, blah, blah. Here's a fucking cock at Jason's ass because his mother said so.
wait, what?
Oh, shut up. Your mom approved.
I'm cocking my ass.
It was okay. Just move on, Jason.
Oh my God! Anyway, so
No,
guys,
I've always
we're here.
loved
We're
Yvonne,
here
and
on
I've always has used a. I've always moved that like figure on Jason, and he doesn't remember.
Did you say something about a finger?
And I'm like, hey, Yvonne.
A finger and Jason? What'd you say?
Anyway, everybody, we're here on
And I don't
Creativity
do that
Talking,
to
and I'm
fucking
Rob
people.
Graham from Media Blackout Live.
Right.
And we're here with Z and Jason, and we're
Absolutely.
going to try and get this fucking train back on its
Just one
goddamn
time I
track.
had my tongue totally up. Anyway,
Am I not the drunk?
that
Am I
was
not the
not-
drunkest person on this show?
that was not Jason's mom. That's all I'm gonna say. And,
Well, the thing is what I learned very early in the. Okay, can I go back to the Lamore days?
Yeah. Let's Rob. Let's
Or-
center it up, man. Let's center it
Let's
up.
center it up. Let's center it
Yeah.
because you two guys have been drinking way too much and getting way too high. So I'm not gonna slap you down
there's
because I
never
love
way
it.
too much. There's never way too high, sir.
There is actually that's totally my thing. The thing is when people start getting offended by it,
Absolutely.
that's when you got to censor yourself.
Right.
Never.
Right, never censor yourself.
Rock
But at
on,
least-
brother.
Right.
We're here to have fun. That's it. Period.
At least.
Period. You know, like the
At
one
least-
you're like, oh, hey, honey. I think we better not.
At
Yeah,
least
that's
try
fine,
and be
period.
articulate is what I'm trying to say. You
Thanks.
have to have. I mean, I have trained myself to have a huge tolerance to alcohol. Okay.
Well, hey, that's your problem.
No, actually, it's. I mean,
It's all.
really,
It's all.
it is my problem. I have a huge tolerance to alcohol. So can I
Absolutely.
tell you a fucking sweet story?
Come on.
And you guys don't interrupt me because
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
the cutest story ever.
All right, Rob.
Okay.
Sure.
I love
Yeah.
cute stories. Lay it on us.
Okay, so it was Thanksgiving Eve. I
Does
think,
it have
right?
to do anything with whores?
It has to do with Lamore's, which has to do with horse.
Lamore's whores? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Proceed with justice.
I love when you get up close to the mic and do that shit.
That's
Oh, he's sexy, isn't he, Rob?
Absolutely.
No, he's great. He's great. When you guys watch this, though, You're gonna be like, "Oh my God, we gotta get Rob back on here."
Oh, I fucking love this episode. But go ahead, Rob.
Well, you guys are so fucking wasted. I really love this because it's like, it's very rare that you can get two guys who are like bros, you know, together. And
Right.
Like I was up at my friend Rich's house in Vermont
The
with him and his
fact that we're
wife.
drinking has nothing to do with whatever's happening.
But
in
no,
front of
but
your
that's
eyes.
the whole thing. It does. The fact that you're
It
drinking
doesn't.
is
That's what's beautiful.
dude. You wouldn't be well, not insulting, but saying these lovely things about how much you love Jason's mother. If you weren't drinking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Oh,
Rob.
dude, if I was a Christian, I would be like, praise Yvonne.
Rob,
Well, okay.
he's been saying this for 30 years, so I'm used to
Yeah.
it.
I
do
know,
it to mess with
believe
Jason.
me, I know. I know you two guys. I've had this
Absolutely.
relationship with other men before, and like,
Yeah.
if you
And I
watch
do
it,
this to protect Jason, and and our friendship with Jason is he's my little brother, and no one's gonna fuck with him. Period.
anyway. So it was Thanksgiving Eve. I
That's
think it
what
was
she said.
1984.
Yeah,
Right,
damn that
and White
fucking
Lion was playing at Lamore's, okay,
Yeah.
and little boy Robbie Graham, if you can picture me, right, pretty little boy with the machine gun bullet belt, like, because I wanted to be Lemmy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
spandan down.
No, I didn't wear
yeah.
spandex. I had just skin tight Levi's though. 'Cause
Well,
I
not
used to-
you, but
I used to
Robbie.
Yeah.
What?
The other guy died. Did he?
No.
Silver-plated.
It was White Lion. It was Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, but it was
Okay.
silver-plated fucking belt.
Yeah, it was my silver plated. No, actually, I had real bullets in it at that
Well,
time.
yeah.
It was real bullets.
Shit.
And I was standing there, and Scott from Vinyl Mania, and I think maybe Rick Rubin was with them, but it was Night Bob. You know who Night Bob was?
Yeah.
He was
Night
the
Bob.
manager. He was the manager of Aerosmith.
Yeah, he was a fucking recording in there too.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
he was,
dude,
Jason.
he's a legend, man.
Right. So I guess they all wanted to go back into the office at Lamore's and do blow. But there was this girl with Night Bob who was his wife named Annie. And she had red hair. And she's probably about 31 or 32. Now, of course, I was like 17. Okay. But they knew, like, the one person in Lamore's they could leave this chick with. Yes, thank you. That was very well executed. Good tonality and good hang time on that one.
Sorry.
That was good. I
Way
liked that.
let's see.
Right into the microphone.
No!
Oh my God, can we sample that, dude? Jason, you have to sample that. We'll do a song, me, you, and Baldo. Teach girls to shoot guns. Yeah. Teach girls to shoot them guns. Yeah. I want to teach Baldo's daughters to shoot guns. Anyway, so this chick's name was Annie.
This show is coming apart, man. The show's coming apart, man.
Well, no, it's because you guys are losing it. It's not because I'm not holding
We're not
it together.
losing it. You
Trust me.
think that we are, but this is part of the plan.
Anyway, so this girl Annie, right? She had red hair, and I couldn't remember her name until she said, I was like, I was standing there like, what's your name? She goes, she pulls out her red hair, and I'm like, what? She goes, Annie, red hair, I'm Annie. I'm like, oh, Annie. And they were showing a video between the bands of Quiet Riot. And it was like, Party All Night. Remember that song, Party All Night?
Yeah. Party all night.
You know?
Yeah.
And I said to her, I was like, look, I'm a bass player, but I want to be the lead singer.
No.
And she was just like, well, if you want to sing, just sing. And I was like, I can't sing. And she's like, no, you can sing. It's just everybody's told you you can't sing.
Right.
Everybody's told you you're not allowed to sing.
And
Now,
that's how I became Jason's father.
You two guys need to go someplace, get a motel room, give each other hand jobs until you both
Oh, my
ejaculate. And that's the only thing the only therapy I can think for you is total homotherapy, dude. You guys need to give each other bro jobs until you're fucking straight again. That's all you need to do, okay? You need you guys to go give each other bro jobs until you're straight again. Run home the next morning with your sunglasses on. Do the walk of shame. Be like, oh my God, I can't believe this actually just happened. You know, you guys. Anyway, I don't make fun of anybody for being a homo. Because, you know what? It happens.
Well, I never tried it, but...
That was fucking funny. Oh, my God.
So anyway, this chick, you know, she just said, if you want to sing, sing. Mm-hmm. And she was like, just do it. And I was like, okay. I said I should do that. And then the next thing you know, I got 2 songs on the Primal Scream album, you know. And I hope you guys go and download it. And that's
I'll go check it out, man.
That's going to be the end of this live stream because, you know, and we can go on for a while, but I just want to finish my end of it. Yeah. Okay, we can talk about you fucking sheep and each other's mothers and sisters and Jay Baldo because that's hot, you know.
He's hot, you know. He looks pretty good for the age dude, you know.
No, dude, fucking 90
Jay Baldo's one of the hottest guys I've ever.
Totally
Yeah, okay. Jay Baldo's one of the hottest guys I've ever fucking met. Trust me.
But
okay, when he's got his wig and his spandex on, I even want to give him a fucking blowjob. Okay. Trust me on this one. I wear 2 Glocks all the time. All right, don't fuck with me.
Hey, blow him at gunpoint, I guess, right, Rob?
Never. That would be rare.
What's that bottom line again? We don't care.
Well, here's the deal, guys. Be who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. But mostly be who you want to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Live your fucking. Everybody's like, you know, Robbie, you're this, you're that. No, I'm a rock star. That's all I've ever fucking been. Okay. When I go to Stewart's to get a cup of coffee, I don't care if my hair is greasy and fucking I'm wearing pants covered in fucking cow shit. I walk in there, I'm a fucking rock star. Everybody knows I'm a fucking rock star.
Right.
You know, I might have sold only 60,000 albums. Maybe. You know what? Nobody knows who the fuck I am, but the one thing I know about me is I'm a fucking rock star.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
And that's all you gotta fucking remember. That's all I gotta tell everybody here. You know, my stories, I got 1 billion of them. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay?
Yep.
Nothing is ever gonna change anything. I'm better with a fucking shotgun than I am with a bass guitar. Okay? I can grease a guy at fucking 1,000 yards with a rifle if I have to. But you know what? I can take your fucking head off of my Rickenbacker at fucking 30,000 fucking feet.
Well, there's a positive aspect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bitches?
Oh, we hear you, motherfucker.
Dude, you know
That's
what?
all that fucking matters.
Absolutely.
Be who the fuck you are.
Absolutely. Be authentic.
Don't be everybody else.
No.
Rob, when the fuck are you coming to South Carolina, motherfucker?
Yeah. Soon, dude, soon. I will be. I'm going to go down and see my dad. I have to go see my dad. I will come because we're going to go shopping at PSA because I have to get a couple of parts for the dagger.
Yeah.
The PSA dagger 9mm will fit on a lot of the polymer 80 fucking grips that I have.
Yeah, they make a lock clone too that like sells out really quickly.
It's called the PSA dagger. Yeah, I know all about it, dude. Trust me. I just want to go to their factory, dude. Watch my videos. I'm gonna do a new video on this new 308 build I'm doing. You guys, I gotta get you more than I'm like your 10th subscriber, and that's fucking.
We literally just started video an episode ago.
This has been so much fucking fun.
We have on the podcast side, we're doing great, but on the video side, this is our 2nd episode. So.
All right, well, you know what? Fucking, we're gonna get you up. We're gonna get you going. I'm gonna actually go out on a limb and call Ernie from NRG because he's probably one of the most interesting people I ever met when I was playing with him. Haven't talked to him in 30 years. Ordered an album from him. He remembered who the fuck I was. So that's the thing.
We'd love to have him on. It's all
Well,
about creativity, man. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter what
dude.
you're doing.
Anybody you can throw away, like every week. We're doing weekly episodes, so help us out and throw guys our
We do
way,
3
whatever.
shows a week, dude. So, you know.
You know I love you guys.
I love you too, man.
Love you too, brother.
No, but you know why I love you guys?
No, tell us.
Because you're fucking honest.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have-
dude. Real shit, man. We're fucking regular guys. Dude. We're Rob, I go to work 2 a.m. I get home 6:30 p.m.
Dude,
every fucking day.
You cannot create if you're not honest. That's
We're slugging it out, man. We're fucking regular dudes.
period.
You guys are the only people who made me smile a long time. So
Well, God
I
bless
love
you,
you
too,
guys.
man. I love you too, Rob.
I got another
brother.
4 beers left. So if you guys want to fucking, I'm done for now with my stories. Okay, you guys can talk about anything you want, and I just want to be like you. I love the camera angle right here because when I turn my head from here, because right now I'm looking directly at my webcam, so it looks like I'm looking directly at you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You see that? But then I
Yeah.
look at my screen, so now it looks like I'm looking at him, or it looks like I'm looking at you. So it's like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
The Brady
You look,
Bunch.
hey, you look like a fuck statesman, man, and you're like fucking John Wilkes Booth pre fucking assassination. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you just said. You said like I'm an older
He's like
statesman.
chava 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 chava
Jabba Tawanga. Jabba Tawanga.
chava chava.
No, hey, you know what? I was watching The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
And I was watching Boba Fett. And the thing that it reminded me of was heavy metal was always the underground. It was always the criminals. You know what I mean?
You know
We
what pissed me
always-
off about Boba Fett?
What about it?
8 guys kicked his ass.
No, well,
What?
8 guys.
The fuck was that?
Yeah, but then fucking the Chinese chick, the hot
Uh-uh.
chick, she fucking like jumped up
No.
and fucking got the one of them.
No,
She's
no,
like,
no. What the fuck was that? That had nothing to do with her. That was bullshit. He
don't get me
is
Don't
a
get me going on
fucking-
Star Wars, dude. Don't get me going on fucking Star Wars, dude.
Nice. That'll work out great.
Get us banned from
Hey.
YouTube, won't we? All right.
Hey, they're fake guns, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just
absolutely.
props. Just props.
Just props.
Props, people. Just
Yo,
props.
guys, talk amongst yourself. I'm gonna go pee, get another fucking beer. You know, Jason. You know the one thing Jay told me about you. He's like, Jason was my you before you were you, and I was like, I didn't understand what he meant, but now I do.
Yeah.
You know, so you really need to. You know what? Every year I send his wife a bottle of like Irish fucking cream for Christmas.
Oh, right on, man.
And this way she forgives me for the rest of the year.
Yeah. You get
Unfortunately, for the
forgiveness.
last couple of years, there hasn't been fucking anything
Hey.
to forgive me for, you know? That's what sucks about it. I want to get Flux Capacitor back together.
And hopefully,
You guys should.
Because, you know, there's video of us on my channel, and
Hey,
and you guys will be able to look me up.
you guys were good. And you sounded good. You should keep doing it. Yeah, for sure.
I know, but you know what the problem is? One word. Mark. And you know Mark. Why don't you get... you know what? I'll fucking text you his fucking... I don't even have his phone.
Send it to call him.
No, you know what? You ask Baldo for his fucking number because
I-
you know what?
I haven't
Mark-
talked to him since high school, but send it to me. I need to talk to the motherfucker anyway.
Well, if Jay still watches this, then he fucking...
He went to bed, but he'll watch it tomorrow probably.
Yeah, you know, that's what happens when you get married. They
Yeah.
suck all your fucking energy right out the end
Yeah.
of your dick.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
fucking, you know what? You have, yeah, right? Rocking out in bicycle. Oh my God, there's a video. Well, you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back, okay? I gotta get another. I gotta pee, get another beer. And don't go offline without telling me, okay?
Yeah, dude.
Because I would be very highly offended about that. And you don't want to offend me.
We don't get offended.
I will find out where you live. Just kidding. All right, go talk. I gotta go. I'm putting my headphones down for a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, right.
No longer than 3 minutes.
That's what she said.
That's as long as he lasted, man.
What's that?
I said how long he lasted.
There you go. Here's my 45. Over.
V doing, brother? You good tonight, man?
Whatever.
Hey, do you love me? Or do you hate me, man?
Hey, it's all right.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I didn't know, so I'm just rolling with it. You know. I told my buddy on text.
Hello, Blabbermouth. I'm B, and this is Jay, and we had no fucking clue.
We didn't know what we were lining up for here.
But here you go. Use this in the fucking clip. Other than that, go ahead.
Hey, we're just rolling with it, man.
Right, here we go.
You never know who you'll meet.
Right.
As I'm saying.
I was second general to
As long as you're good, I'm good. Dude,
at this point, I don't know what to do.
Me either. You know what? I'm gonna think about it tomorrow. Like Scarlett O'Hara said. Hey, Scarlett O'Hara said, I'll think about it tomorrow.
Right. So,
But you know what? I'm having the most fun I've had in a while, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm laughing.
What do you talk about with the background you got going on? Well, what do you think about individual rights? What?
Dude, I'm laughing my ass off.
Oh
it's
my
like
god!
So much.
Oh,
Rob,
there he is.
What's up, Eddies?
What's up, baby? Listen. Hey, one good deserves another. You gotta hold the fort down while I recharge.
Well, yeah, that's cool, man. So, see, you go, Jason. Go take a piss. I gotta see a bunch of questions.
Okay. I didn't want to say it, but since you said it, I'm gonna do.
No. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. Huh?
Oh my god, Jason's leaving.
What?
Oh my god.
So, dude, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
What year were you born?
1969.
Okay, so you're 2 years older than I am.
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 5.
What was that like for you?
Very interesting.
Yeah?
Yep.
How was it interesting?
I was an adult when I was a kid.
Why was that?
Because I got to see multiple generations of play, and they all took me serious.
How was that?
Hey, what are you doing? Well, Vince, this is what we're doing. Blah blah blah. Okay. Very matter of fact. If you could sit at the table and have the conversation, you are welcome.
Mm-hmm.
But no matter what your age, you didn't sit there.
Okay.
So it was very cordial. It wasn't insulting. Creativity was totally celebrated. Oh, here you go. Here's pen, paper. Celebrated maybe meant that here you go. Don't bother me. But whatever way it happened, everyone was comedic, artistic, and the ability to tell story was apparent with everybody.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was basically how we came about, and I was the youngest of five, and you know, had some very interesting things happen, but beyond that, more interesting things happened to me. Everywhere I went, dude, I was a weird magnet. Boom. Oh, you're doing the show, this, that, and the other. Boom. You know what it is.
Yeah.
17 things happen to you in fucking 20 minutes that you couldn't explain to anybody who isn't there.
Right.
Because, oh, that didn't happen. Oh, yeah, it did. Just
totally
weird
get it.
shit. Good shit, weird shit, bad shit. That's how it was. But
So what was the most traumatic part of it, though, for you, man?
what, being a creative or?
Well, it's like your creative side, was it stifled, or were you told you suck or you're great?
Oh, okay. Well, my dad was a blacklisted performer.
By who?
Vegas.
Okay.
The only reason why he wasn't killed is due to family affiliation.
Okay.
It's easy to say that, but he was always supportive of anyone being creative.
Well, that's cool, man. So it's like you were supported.
No.
Yeah. No, I get you.
On my dad's side, yeah, but I lived with my mom, and then the people that I lived with after I was kicked out of the house and was I emancipated myself. So,
How old were you when you emancipated yourself?
16, and the people
Wow.
I lived with were totally supportive of my artistic ambitions.
Who'd you live with?
My buddy Paul, who's been on this podcast.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, he is been my best friend since 7th grade, and it was very important to me that people believe in what I wanted to do. It doesn't matter if it's making $100 million.
Yeah.
It's a story. I want to tell stories to make people feel better.
Right.
That's
right.
So it doesn't matter the other shit. People can say whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Right. Well, look, man, we're all totally back here from our piss breaks, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sitting here, just three guys
Yeah.
hanging out. And we got a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why this episode for your series is going to be kind of important, because we're delving into things we haven't been delving into things before. I mean, look at the Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
Here's
the thing. 5 episodes in, we save someone's life from not taking their own.
Right.
Right.
That's
right.
fucking great, man.
That gives me all the fuel I will ever need. It doesn't matter if we make a dime or if we make $1 million. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, if you're a fucking veteran, the thing is, I'm a veteran. Like I said, after Primal, I went to the fucking army, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause I had nothing left. Fucking Von Helsing. I left Primal. I joined Von Helsing, and I remember seeing Alice in Chains on stage at Lamore's, and I was there, I think, with Andy and Bobby from Von Helsing. And I was just like, dude, our fucking careers are over, And I quit, and Anthony Asti, who me and Anthony always revolved into each other's fucking job, in Von Helsing or Primal or whatever. I was like, fuck this. I'm going to the fucking army. Screw this. You know?
Right.
And I was just like, fuck this shit. I'm going to go kill people. I mean, if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. Because there was one lyric in Metallica. It was like, killing is the only way of ever reaching out again. And is that an actual lyric, or is that just something I heard in my head from a Metallica song? You know, but that's why I became a rifleman and a sniper.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I mean, it was like fucking, and it's like it took me years and years to just accept that part of myself. Not to say that part of myself isn't something that's still really there, but it's just like something I totally have control over at this point, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like the worst thing you can do is take a heavy metal musician and turn him into a fucking trained killer, you know?
Right.
Because the subject matter for most heavy metal is so heavy. I mean, and that's why I love playing with flux capacitor with Baldo. And playing with Baldo has been such a healing part of my life, you know, playing like round and round, what goes around comes around. Because I'm also the world's greatest backup singer. Like the chick, you know, Annie Nightbob's wife taught me. She's like, if you want to sing, just sing.
Yeah.
Just be the singer. The Alembic, heavy metal, yes. You know, heavy metal, the unicorn. That's too gay. Take that away. That's too gay. That's way too fucking gay, dude. Dude, just get rid of it.
Hey, look at that sexy one from Rob.
Perfect.
That's
Perfect.
me and my buddy watching everyone
Fantastic.
fucking talk right there. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. That's great with Bob. That's Bob, right? The other guy.
That's Rob, yeah.
Rob, yeah, man. He's cool. I like him. Dude, you know what the thing about Rob is? You got to get him a little more drunker to make him a little more interesting.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with that one.
You know? He's
a little stiff up front. That's okay, though.
Well, dude, I ran your videos for the last couple of days just, you know, to see what I was, because I researched the show. I probably researched your show a lot more than you researched me.
Nice.
You know, but
well, I appreciate that.
Well, you know, this is a cool show, you know. It's about the creative process. It's about what turns us into who we are.
Right.
You know? I mean, if Primal Scream was the only thing that turned me into me, I wouldn't be that interesting. The thing was, then they sent me to Fort fucking Benning, to the infantry.
Georgia, baby. Georgia.
Yeah, hand me a fucking rifle.
Right.
You know? Now you're fucking Viking goddamn post-apocalyptic warlord.
Well, hey, you came to Georgia and lost your fucking mind, man.
Right.
Well, you know, the thing is, guys, we all have our emotional baggage, right? You know.
Oh yeah. We did.
Jason, how many times you been divorced?
2 so far.
Really? And when the last one happened? 9 years ago?
Just one.
Just one.
2011 was the last one.
All right, can I tell you guys a story about my fucking only wife? I only got married once.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story, all right? So it's Halloween, I don't know, it was like 4 or 5 years ago. Flux Capacitor was playing at Tryon in Cherry Valley, New York, okay?
Yeah.
So we did our first set. And then during the second set, because you know me, I'm a chain smoker, right?
Dude. Jealous because I can't smoke in my house. I'm renting this motherfucker, you know?
But we just like
you bastards.
So anyway, so fucking I'm standing at the back door and these people are walking in the back door to try on in, right?
Right.
And I look at this one girl and I go, look at you fucking walking in sideways pretending that you're leaving. Like the Who song from, you know, Long Live Rock. People walking sideways pretending that they're leaving. We put on our makeup and worked out our lead. Jack is in the alley, et cetera, you know?
Right, yeah.
Long live rock! I want to do that with Baldo, too, but they never let me. That's not 80s metal. Anyway, so this chick walks in. So, like, remember the Terminator? like he's got like, and he goes like, fuck you, eat shit, my motherfucker, fuck you, asshole. You know, like remember it goes, what do you
Fuck
got?
you, asshole.
Right. And I'm looking, I'm going through my fucking mugshot book in my brain.
Yeah.
Who is this girl? Right. So anyway, they closed the back door.
It says one, leave her alone.
Right. Well,
2,
no, it wasn't
bang
that.
Jason's
they
mom.
Closed the back
3,
door.
fuck you, asshole.
Right. They closed the back door of the bar, right? So I walk out the front door to finish my cigarette. Yeah. Now here comes this chick, she's a dominatrix. And she walks out and I go, hey you little girl, what's your name? And she goes, huh? I go, what's your name? She goes, Wendy. I go, Wendy. I go, oh. And she's with these 2 big guys, and they're almost as big as me. I wasn't afraid of them. I'll beat the fucking living piss out of anybody. Well, at this point in my life, I couldn't fight my way out of a fucking paper bag, but
yeah, you know.
Don't let anybody know that, because I still got the fucking image, you know?
Yeah.
Plus, I still got these 2 motherfucking things on me all the time. I'll blow your fucking nuts off, you cocksucker. Anyway, so fucking, she looks at me, she goes, who are you? I go, you don't remember me after everything I meant to you. And the 2 guys are looking at me, I go, and then I go, she goes, who are you? And I go, listen to my voice. And she goes, holy shit. And the 2 guys that are with her are like about to fucking like jump me or something. And I go, we used to be married. She didn't even fucking remember me.
Wow.
Yeah, and then but we had a nice time. And then like I went back in to do the setup, put my Rickenbacker back on. I have my cowboy hat because I try to emulate Lemmy. Okay, because Lemmy's God. If I'm gonna emulate anybody,
be Lemmy.
It's going to be Lemmy and John Entwistle. I'm a composite police artist sketch of Lemmy and John Entwistle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If like, who's the guy who fucking assaulted you with his bass guitar? And they gave the police artist a fucking sketch. It would be a composite sketch of Lemmy and John Entwistle. And she, you know, she was in there and she walked up to, she gave me a kiss and she says like. She was like, it's nice to see you. And I just smiled. And everybody's like, that's fucked up. Was it bittersweet? I was like, no, it was just closure. You know?
Yeah. Right
it was just closure. And we did that. It was like at the Halloween gig with Flux Capacitor in Cherry Valley. I hadn't seen her in 25 years. And it's like, because I said to her, it's like, I haven't seen you in 25 years. She goes, at least, because the thing is, one of her daughters is 25 years old. The thing is, she had an abortion of my kid, you know.
Right.
So you guys look like you're getting tired. You guys
awesome!
I know you guys need to go to sleep. I could talk for fucking hours, dude. It's 1:29 here. Okay.
It's 2 a.m.
Yeah, I know. You guys need to go to bed. I want you to do this for me though. Put this up on YouTube. Okay?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'm gonna post to it, and when you learn how to handle your fucking booze, nice. I want you to call me back. One of these days we'll do a fucking 24-hour long stream. All right, brothers? God.
We'll do a mega stream. Huh?
Yeah, you two tired asshole.
Yeah, 24 hours as long as there's ads and
right. Well, you know what? That's what we need to do. We need to monetize. I think you guys could be the biggest channel on fucking YouTube.
No shit.
I think, yeah, because you know why? 3 guys, beard enthusiasts, all goatees, you know?
Yeah.
There you go.
You need to go to bed.
Hey, don't bullshit us, right? I mean, you think we're on to something here or what?
I do, but you need to stop just sitting there and talking about fucking Yellowstone, all right?
No, that was there. Hey,
and if I could,
if you to actually talk about the 10% off.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Jason, just so you know, 3.5 pounds down, baby.
Yeah, right
See,
on.
jacking my cock for you guys, baby. I love yous. I
I
swear.
love you, man. Hey, Rob, I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you this right now, and this ain't no bullshit. I had the most fucking fun with you motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
Really.
Nice.
Well,
I want you back. I want you back on.
anytime you guys want. I'm just sitting here staring at the fucking screen, man. My camera's here. This is my camera right here. Fuck you. I'm looking
There
at
you
you
go.
guys on my fucking screen. You're beautiful. I love you. You know, I want to thank Jay Baldo. Can we give it up for Jay Baldo?
Let's do it.
Yeah!
Jay
Throw the
Baldo.
fucking horns. We throw the fucking horns. Too
There
much
you go.
metal for one fucking hand. Too
There
much
you go.
metal for one fucking hand.
There you go. And I did
Jay
the whole
Baldo.
show after slipping on the motherfucking ice from the fucking ice storm. So
Hey, keep living in Chicago, motherfucker. What do you think?
Oh,
You think you
dude,
get?
everywhere was ice today.
Yeah, I hear you.
You guys
Whatever,
are beautiful
what are you
men. And
It's all part of it. It's winter. What are you
you
gonna
guys
do?
Yeah.
are beautiful men.
Rob, you too, brother. I love you.
Man, love you guys. Rock on.
All right.
And
Get the
you
fuck
know,
out of here.
absolutely. And welcome. Thank you for listening to another episode of Creativity Talking.
Have a good night, guys.
I'm
All right, brother. Talk to you soon, brother.
All right.
Everyone else.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Love you. Goodbye.